Like from a DM's perspective, it's so fucking clustered. But that's okay. We are doing great.
Test 1, 2,
Yep, you're good.
5.
Yep, you're good. Okay, who's got the?
It's Talv.
Is that? I thought he was paused. He should be silenced. Oh no,
No.
he's definitely not.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. That's muted.
Now he is. Now he's muted.
Yay! Okay, that'll work. So we're just gonna give him a real quick second. Alright, let's see here.
Yay!
Yes.
Und ja.
Fuck yeah.
Alright guys, I'm just gonna give him a chance to jump up with us. That's what she said.
Oscar, your stuff's too loud. We can hear it. Yeah, I can hear your in-game music.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to get some headphones.
That's fine. You just have to mess with the settings. Just turn the music down.
Thought he had headphones.
Okay, perfect.
Essential. Hell yeah. Get yourself a free rental on Amazon.
It's not gross at all right now.
Do our new hit points automatically calculate when we level up?
It depends on if you have your stuff set to manual or not, Josh.
Where's...
If you go in your character creator, the very first tab, when you edit it, determines whether or not your stuff's set to manual or automatic.
Okay. Calvin, you with us now?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
You muted.
I'm not.
Oh,
The little blue bar is moving. Yes, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So, welcome to the online version, boys. Unfortunately, we're going to be short bin tonight. All right. So, it's been a little while since we played our last actual campaign session. So, does anybody want to get us a review or maybe just describe what's been going on so far? I'll help a little bit with this one since it's been a while. Who wants to give us a synopsis so far?
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, starting out the last session, I was asked, Pragar was asked about the Dominance Lodestone, and for some reason that was, some peak interest at the time. We talked up as a group, decided to Sorry, hold on, reading my notes here. So we were learning about Function's dreams, that he's, talking as someone else. Kind of shared that with the group. He also kind of confronted Pragar about fighting the Warforge, and he was kind of confused about why we're friends if he fought them in the war, which had to do with the Dominus Lodestone. So the Dominus Lodestone is of 3 different items that were lost in the Blood Queen's War. There was the Dominus Lodestone, the Queen's Throne, and the Crown of Storms. Supposedly this Dominus Lodestone has control of the Warforge, and that's how the Blood Queen had the upper hand of having the Warforged on her side. We learned that there is a council meeting coming to town at Red Timber, that the representative of the White would be attending, that we assumed we thought he would be here, but then we learned that he would not, and that basically he would have a representative. So we're kind of preparing for this council meeting. Pragar went to go talk with Butrin to kind of learn some information about Thamus and kind of see, what he needs to do to get himself set on the right path to his oath. And part of that was using some kind of communication tool. He was told he can use his coin or also use the scale to communicate with Thamus in different ways. So this kind of leads into our shopping session, which we did go shopping. Turned out, yeah, it went really great. First shop we stopped at, we met a guy named Marley who had this incredible sneezing powder that ended up being wrong because somebody decided to throw it in someone else's face and basically kind of create this entire sneezing session. And Marley just died because he couldn't control it. So that was interesting.
Hold on, did y'all sneeze somebody to death while I was gone?
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. So Marley,
we had him test out the sneezing powder. Ben did, and it ended up killing the guy.
He didn't think it was sneezing powder. He thought it was black pepper. That's what he thought it was.
Yeah, they thought it was pepper, and they were testing to see if it was the actual powder. And so basically, yeah, that didn't go great. Anyway,
but Marley did say, "Go ahead and try this out." He said, "Come on, man, go ahead and try it."
He did. Yeah, he said, "Come on,
3
man."
natural ones in a row. He's dead.
I heard you can't do that accent anymore. It's racist now. That's what that's word on the street.
Anyways,
Just kidding.
so yeah, he died. We raided his shop. Well, some people did. I found my
So
scale.
you murdered a man with sneezing powder,
and then they took shit out of his shop.
and then you rooted his shop and stole all of his things.
Yep.
And he
Did
was
you go,
also
did you go to his house and fuck his wife and kill his kids too?
No, but we fucked his kids over because they are now re-orphaned.
Okay, cool.
They were orphans. He was looking after them. Now they're orphans
I'm
again.
glad to see that while I was gone, you guys did a great job of tipping the
No,
scales.
I talked somebody into taking care of them. Remember?
Yeah.
You mentioned them, and all it did to me was make us look more guilty, like we did something to that dead.
No. I cast suggestion to one of the shop owners to take care of them. Remember?
Okay. I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
So we went to Marley's shop, then we went to Bloomingdale's, where I purchased a potion of growth. And then I think you guys got, I don't know what else you guys got there.
I think
But yeah,
somebody
so-
got animal talking or something.
I was
right?
about to say, I think it was potion of animal talking or speaking or something. I can't really remember what else we purchased. I think you got
One
a
second.
potions
Time
and stuff.
So with suggestion, the duration of that lasts up to 8 hours. Just on a.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, for 8 hours, she was gonna take care of them, and that wasn't that long of a shopping trip.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right. So at the end of the shopping trip, we ended up having a drink with the. I don't have the guy's names written down, but the ship. What do you call him? The docking master, whatever you call him. I forgot his name, but we went drinking with him.
Domri.
Thank you. So we went to a tavern. Went drinking with him. The tavern. Oh man. Yeah. So at the tavern, we learned. Well, we were actually just kind of hanging out, drinking, and then all of a sudden, this random voice started coming from the bartender.
Creepy shit.
Every like few minutes, just random voice kept saying the same thing. It knows where we are.
I see.
Basically saying it sees us and knows who we are.
Was it last time?
It sounds like the same voice as last time. Yeah. We can only
I just
assume
remember
that.
that terrifying shit happened.
Yeah, and all of us could hear it. That was the weird thing. It's like all of us heard it.
Only the party. Everyone else in the bar was like frozen. Like, they couldn't
Yeah.
fucking tell anything.
Yeah. So
Domri,
everybody in the party. Yeah, everybody in the party heard it. But we're assuming that this is the same voice that Function hears too. And towards the end, the mysterious voice mentioned the Dreaming City, getting his army. That's not dope. Getting his army. He basically said he's a god, knows where we are.
He said, "I am your
And-
god."
Yeah,
that's
Yeah, he
basically.
said he was my god.
We don't know who he's talking to. He just said, "I am your god."
We don't know whose god it is. Yeah, there's someone's god. After this weird incident, Ben and Domri had a drinking competition. Domri ended up getting basically losing, with Ben's sleight of hand pouring it into his boot and all over the fucking place, and his underwear and all kinds of shit. So yeah, we get back to our ship and we found a map laying on the floor. It happened to be the one that the Warforged originally had in his hand that we saw a couple sessions back, and this was in the floor of the captain's quarters. And I think that's really how we left off going into this session.
What time was it when you guys got back?
It was about 10 o'clock.
So y'all went day drinking and came back to the
Well,
Yeah.
someone wanted to chat.
Hey
They
DM,
picked-
did I hear a strange voice chanting at me when I was away from the party?
You didn't hear anything.
Oh shit, it's not me, boys.
Didn't sound like that.
Oh, I'm not the haunted one. Proved it. Okay, alright, cool.
Okay, so we will start the session. Everyone is back on board the great ship
What
called.
session is this?
This is going to be session
18.
18.
18.
Oh wow.
I'm there as well.
Except for Tav.
Okay, so as the night starts to close on everyone else, you've taken the map. I think it was actually Ben who discovered it because it was in the middle of captain quarters. So
Yeah.
Ben slowly goes around and calls for everyone, kind of quietly, kind of discreetly, just the main party here, no one else on the ship. He pulls them together, shows them the map, and then gets really. He's still kind of drunk, still really tired, and goes straight to bed. During this time, Talbot, why don't you go ahead and roll a stealth check for me real quick? Just to see how sneakily you come on board the ship. I love having everyone's sheets up on my other screen. This is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Dual screens is the way to go, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. Cool thing. I figured out I can connect my iPad to my MacBook, so that's really cool.
Nice.
That is cool.
I rolled a 20.
Nice.
Yes,
Oh,
you
shut
did.
up, Oscar. You have the best. Shut up.
So, Talvin, as you're just silent as a moth fart, just sneaking on board this ship, you see the group party members, minus Xanthar, who apparently went to bed. You see them kind of huddled around a map down in the lower sections. No one on the crew saw you. Even the watchman missed you, as you have just glid, which is the past tense of glide, glid on board with the utmost secrecy and just stealth. What do you want to do?
I'm wearing a costume, right?
Yeah, Talbot, nobody can recognize you.
Even if they did see me.
Yeah.
Where's everyone? They're in the captain's quarters, you said? Or
Yeah. What am I?
No,
doing?
so the group is down in the galley right now, which is where they eat, and it's one of the only places with there's a large enough kitchen. Everyone else is kind of off to bed. The Warforged have already been put up. Yeah, everybody's kind of done their nightly duties, and there's a couple of people patrolling the top decks, but you're down heading towards your rooms, which are at the front of this particular level of the ship. As you approach the middle part, you see them sitting around. It almost looks like a Denny's booth, where they're all sitting around one little table right there, and you see the group kind of just looking at this map in befuddlement.
I will cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. So you're now invisible. All right. So the rest of the group, as you're sitting there, you see this map. And hold on one second.
It's a map. So excited.
It's like a hand-drawn map.
Hold on, let me find it. So unfortunately, I took the time to draw this by hand,
I know.
but
It was beautiful.
it is here now. Yeah. Ah, shit. So you see this particular map?
Oh yeah. You gotta get that scanned in.
Yeah, no, I gotta hold it up. I'll just hold it like this. So you guys see this map that was laying, and Xanthar said, "Hey, I found this on the floor. I don't know who got it out, but it's not in the it's not in the normal spot. It's not in the navigation room. It was on my bed. But guys, I'm really drunk. I gotta go pass out. So I went and passed out, but handed this map off to you guys. Y'all have seen this before. Y'all have looked it over.
Okay. Question is so what function is it at just around this table?
Yes, your function is just standing off to the side.
Is there any? Go ahead, Aviary.
I was just gonna say I take the maps. It's on the navigator, anyways.
Okay, so you take the map.
Unless someone wants to do something.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of invisibly, I don't know, you want me to roll stealth again, but from where I am, I could see them. I'm just gonna kind of like find a little corner to like lean into invisibly and just watch what they're doing.
Yeah, you're up kind of by the pantry up there, and there's a little box that you're able to squat on without any issue at all. And we're gonna roll on the same stealth check. You're still a 20, so nobody's
What are
passed
you
up to beat that. Joker, what are you doing? Why are you at a rave?
Stop.
All
I
right.
don't know. My TV's flashing at me.
So Aviary, you take that and you're looking at it. Make a history check for me real quick.
Ooh, okay. It's a decent lift. You're good.
Is he changing a shirt?
That's
What?
hilarious, actually.
Yeah,
The
that's pretty
bar-
funny.
The audio bar is the same color,
Oh,
so it just looks like nothing on him. It almost kind of does the same thing on Casey.
Okay, guys, I'm dropping a photo of this map in Discord in case you want to look at it.
Drop.
Trappy.
oh,
Well, I rolled a 17 on the history check there, DM.
Okay. Yeah,
nice.
it looks exactly like the same map that was in your room earlier.
What's your fans only website link? Bookmark.
God damn it.
So we see Mount Paraquat, Montavis.
So Montavis is actually right up here. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on this map a little bit, guys. These
I have a
maps-
black screen. Is the map
Black screen.
Oh, everybody has black screens?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, boys. I'm sorry.
Like that
Again.
was in the abyss.
Might as well.
Normally he asks, he's like, "Are you seeing this?"
2 minutes in, Oscar has to change his shirt. So.
It's like, hey, I think I'm about to change my shirt. My whole screen is black.
Okay, does everybody see this screen that I'm
No,
on? Everybody sees it?
No.
not yet. Do you want us to
I can see
refresh?
oh,
Try to-
refresh maybe.
Trying to make all you guys here.
Team refresh.
Yeah, go ahead and refresh for me.
Okay.
I'm back.
Then nothing.
All right, give me just a second. Aha.
Big fellas?
Try it
Aha.
one more time. Do you see anything now?
It's still super black for me.
Black.
Yeah,
That's-
try.
I see it.
You guys see it? Okay,
Yep.
cool. All right. Well, anyway, this is something I'm trying to build out. It's just a landing page. So if you guys throughout the week
I
want to
can't
go in
see
here,
it.
All
I
right.
see it now.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
And then just
Uh,
Control
yeah,
R.
F5. Yeah, Control R F5.
Oh.
I still don't see anything.
Alt F4. Okay.
What is
Alt F4.
Oh, this is cool.
Pretty sure it is.
How about that, Tal? That should be better. I think I got you in there. You got it, Tal?
Yeah, it finally worked. I had to refresh the page.
It's just the map of Perlos, right?
Yeah.
Right now, yeah. But I'm gonna eventually put characters, put your levels. I'm gonna make it where you guys can make notes, current objectives, keep track of that. Just there's gonna be a lot of different things. This is something I'm playing with right now. So anyway, let's go ahead and zoom in here. You see Montavis.
Oh.
I'll move you guys right here.
The roost.
Yeah,
The
well,
roost.
you see
The
the
roost
roost.
is on fire.
That's where Montavis seems to be.
Okay. So it looks like somewhere like this, the bridge.
Yep. To that area.
Okay.
Okay, so you kind of figured out that this is in the northwestern portion. Thank you, Telf. Of the map. And it's getting late. What are we doing?
So who has the map in there? Like someone took it?
Yeah, right now Aviary has it in his hands.
Okay. So function, does he see the map?
Yeah, he's looking at it.
Is there anything on it that I recognize or I'm familiar with that I've seen recently?
Nothing in particular stands out to you at this moment.
Okay. It's a beautiful map. Wonder what it's doing. Is there anything special about the map or anything?
There seems to be some kind of small symbols on it as well.
What are you looking for exactly, Function?
Well, anything familiar that I've seen recently, like symbols of any kind that I have seen within the past 24 to 48 hours.
As you look, you do see letters that are in common. You see in the bottom right-hand corner a little signature of AU.
Hey, you.
Ow.
This is the same person that wrote the Warforged book.
Which Warforged book?
The
Function.
history of the Warforged,
Part 1.
Part 1.
So is this map come from that book?
I do not know, but it would seem that he is multi-talented. Not only is he a writer, but he also draws maps. This is strange coincidence.
Cartography.
Was there a name with an A and U in it in the book?
Yes, Catering, AU.
Catering.
Hey DM.
Yep.
You said that I'm invisible. I'm standing near the pantry.
Yep.
So it's a pantry of one of our ships. So I assume there's potatoes.
Yes, there are always potatoes.
Of course, I will, while invisible, very stealthily pick up a potato and just start to rub it off and just start to take little bites of it while I'm invisible, sitting in the corner.
Okay. Yeah. So not even a very small creek, which is kind of blended in with the rest of the ship. It's not a big deal. You reach in there, grab a little russet potato, polish it off, and here start eating a raw potato.
They're good.
Okay.
So we're looking at the main map right now, right? Like our group is, or are we looking at this and like are we looking at this map in character comparing the drawn map?
So, I mean, you can certainly have them both out. I just have the main map as reference. Most people kind of know what the main map looks like. It's a pretty well documented continent, really. It's just this map that you're looking at right now. It's the same map that's been sitting. It's a map that's very similar to many other maps that are in the navigation forward spot place navigator's chamber. There's really nothing that's too different that's apparent to you guys right now.
Hey, function. Sorry, it took me a second. You're a fan of reading. You're a fan of reading. Do you?
I love reading.
Anyone in that Warforged book with the initials AU? Not a name AU?
Yes, it is a name. He was the author.
No, I get that. But is there anyone else with just the initials of A and U mentioned?
DM? I don't know, is there?
No, you do remember that when y'all first looked at this map, Catrus Owl was an old explorer. I think somebody rolled a natural 20 for this. She was an explorer from a few hundred years ago, and she helped kind of found the Montavis country and explore routes that made it safe to go from the lowlands up to the highlands, which used to be only accessible by Aarakocra, but now that they have airships, you're able to fly around a little bit more. Shinbless AU is not the same person as the person who made this map.
Okay. The council meeting's tomorrow, right? We start
That is
today.
Yes, and you will be summoned whenever you're needed.
Okay. Well, this is very interesting. I think we should investigate a little bit further. Maybe talk to our navigator to see what he thinks, and if he knows anything about this area, perhaps. What do you think, Aviary?
I know about as much as you guys right now. Maybe a little bit outside of the town, but
Didn't we hire someone onto the ship that could perhaps give us maybe a little bit more detail into maybe what could be found in this area of the map?
Yes.
that fellow from the Fae, yeah.
The Wade Rune, yes. I think maybe we ask his advice and see if there's something interesting about this area that we are missing.
Okay.
But for now, I'm
His name is My Alchemical Romance.
for now I think I'm going to head back up to my room, and I'm gonna actually go walk and see if I can find Budrin.
Is he walking towards me or away from me?
You're like right across the way. You're in the galley itself, and they're in like the eating area. And he steps towards you a little bit, but then he starts walking to the front of the ship.
I'm gonna throw my little potato at him.
Okay. Make an attack roll, just to see if you hit. I'm gonna say you're not proficient in potato.
So what do I roll? I don't even know.
Just roll and
a 20.
add your dexterity stat. Yeah.
So just roll a d20 and then
What?
add
Yeah,
my dex.
just roll a d20 and then add dex.
Curious DM, what would make you proficient in potato?
Training, years and years of training.
Years of potato training, alright.
Training.
Only the fellow local Idahoians.
Yeah.
So that's a 17 to hit.
17. Okay. With Casey's AC, it hits him and kind of tumbles off his back. He doesn't even notice as he's going onwards. The rest of you guys just see a potato fall out of the pantry.
I didn't notice that. Or see
No,
it.
no,
Okay.
you're up and moving, and you're on a mission. So
Okay.
he effectively missed you. Essentially, is what I'm saying. So it just kind of tumbled off your back.
So I noticed a potato.
You notice a potato just kind of tumble out of the pantry. Just
Strange. So I go to pick it up.
as you pick it up, you realize that it's half eaten. Like there's several bite marks.
So as he does that, I'll take another potato and with my invisible hand start like wobbling it around like it's floating in the air. in the other room.
All right.
Just kind of creeping slower and slower towards function. Just a floating potato.
It's
You
amazing.
know, since you made an attack that's technically an action, I'm going to say as you're floating around, your invisibility wears off. The rest of the group, as this happens, you see this potato floating around a little bit, and then
This is like me doing a dance with a potato.
yeah, this person appears out of nowhere. You guys have no idea who this person is. It is just a random
yeah,
ass.
he's in costume.
Yeah,
Completely
he's
different.
still in completely costume. Yeah, there's
I
this
didn't
olden.
use- It's not a spell either. I'm wearing a costume, apparently.
Yeah, it's a costume, and
Don't
so
forget
this,
Josh.
yeah,
I don't like my invisibility wore off. I didn't use a spell. I'm wearing a costume. I forgot that I don't look like me. I fucking don't know. I thought I was invisible until 1 second. I probably still do. I probably have my eyes closed and dancing, and I thought I was invisible.
yeah. So this elderly dancing ugly man just appears in front of you holding a potato out of
Hey,
nowhere.
modest, dancing running.
Aviary, do you put the signal up?
What?
I thought you put the signal up. Do you not put the signal up?
No, I'm just reminding him that we have a signal.
Oh,
You didn't do it though.
No, I'm
Yeah.
no
All right,
aviary.
I'll open my eyes and realize I'm still dressed like the old man, and I'll go, "Beware the potato wizard," and I'll start walking at him all creepy with the potato.
All of a sudden, from the left, you hear, "Oh shit! It's a potato wizard!" And you see Shep in his 90s just freaking the fuck out like he was going to get a
And I'll
snack.
turn it and I'll go, "Shab, I found
Oh,
a potato."
God.
Oh, and I'll
back
start
away,
shaking.
potato wizard. Back
No.
away.
Yeah, you sure can.
The one I'm holding out.
Does
Shep
Prager
has
out of the
I'm
room,
holding out.
or did he stay in the room?
Yeah, Prager, you're out of the room. We'll resolve your thing in just a second. So, Shep's gonna take a punch at you. It's
Damn.
gonna be a 9. 9 definitely misses. So he's swatting at you with his teddy bear. He's freaking out. Oh God, it's a potato monster. Okabar, go ahead and roll a dexterity check for biting.
Fighting.
Trying to bite the potato because it's moving around and his little head's just kind of following it, trying to get there as quickly as possible.
Oh my god.
15. Okay, I'm gonna say that actually meets the DC. So as you're Calvin, as you're moving this thing around, you feel teeth clamp on the potato that you're holding, and all of a sudden it becomes a tug of war. Do you want to pull out the potato or let him have it?
No, I want to keep it.
Okay, both Okabar and Calvin, I need you guys to roll strength. Just roll strength. This is gonna be a contested roll.
Just roll. Yeah. I have a.
What
What did you roll?
He rolled a 16 plus 4.
Well, I got a big +0 on the strength there, so you know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like a shark, he just takes it from your hands and you don't have it anymore. Shep is he's just battering you with his teddy bear. It's not doing anything, but it's really freaking annoying. As he
I will just immediately start laughing. Like
Okay.
heel over heel. And start laughing. And I'll take off my fake beard and my hat and everything and pull up my silver hair. Make sure I still got my going on.
yeah, you still
Tell.
out the door.
Oh my God. It's
Don't
you.
worry, everyone. It wasn't actually a potato wizard. It was me, Talverin Talavante, at your service.
Well, what happened to you? You wrote a letter. You said you were gone.
I'm fucking back.
Left you.
Oh, you
Yeah,
scared me like that. Damn.
Yeah, Okabar, there's a fuck ton of potatoes over there in that cabinet. Like it's made. Don't eat them raw though. They're bad. Really bad.
Is he eating one raw?
Yeah, they're dirty and bad. You have to wash them and cook them, I think. Well, I'm back. Did you get my letter?
Yes. It said you were gone. It said
Well,
well, you had to take care of things. Did you take care of them?
I found out enough here in the city that I didn't have to go far. Not
You
without
found-
coming back and.
Cragnor?
I didn't find Cragnor. I found news of him, I guess, in a way. But I'm back. So I didn't mean to make the letter so vague. It's almost if I didn't write it.
Ah. I
Yeah,
see.
he everything I read is exactly what he wrote. He's getting Cheetos out of
Yeah, I wrote it. I'm the author of it. I need to turn my music volume down. It's very loud.
The music
all the way
is
up.
extremely loud.
Go
You gotta
up,
adjust your own
go
volume.
up to the top right where that sprocket is, and you can turn the master music volume down.
It defaults all the way up. Yeah, I've needed to get away to find out what was going on without putting you all in any sort of danger. So, turns out I was able to find plenty of information here in the city. So, I'm glad you're still here. I thought maybe you got on the ship and left me.
Yes, there is much we must discuss.
Not everyone's here though.
No. But they were. You were.
Yeah, I threw potatoes at Rhaegar. He didn't seem to notice. I should have thrown a sack of potatoes, I guess.
Most likely. That
He seemed like he was on a mission.
Should we go get him and do this now, or should we go to bed and talk over breakfast?
I don't know how y'all are still up, boys. I'm about to tuck it out.
Well, Chef, you're the
Don't
boss.
tell me
Should
everything.
we should hit the hay then?
It's always a good idea to go to bed. I mean, a little shut eye never
Yeah.
hurt no one.
That's my favorite thing ever. It's always a good idea to go to bed.
Yep.
That's
There are things I must look over. I have seen certain things. I must think on this.
Yeah, I've seen some shit too.
Well, you want to tell me about them? Because my shit's pretty fucked up. I could deal to get out of my own head for a moment.
Yeah. Let me tell you about my uncle, who's also my grandpa.
No, Chef, I was talking to Function.
Oh, damn.
Oh, sure.
We'll talk. We'll go get
yeah.
an ice cream tomorrow, Chef. We'll chat it up.
Yes, that sounds good.
Sure
Tomorrow
does.
then.
You and me tomorrow, Function.
Up to you. I'm just glad you're back, Tal. I thought
Thanks.
you left us.
Remember earlier you said you would you'd like sort of keep guard in my room since you don't have to sleep and all, you know?
I was listening for you the whole time. I didn't hear a peep. You
I had a
must
sneak
have
pie.
been very sneaky.
Could you do that again? I won't leave this time, I promise. I just
Yes.
pretty sure I'm still trying to kill
I
you, you know?
actually found out last session that our rooms are right next to each other.
Yeah, neighbors, bunk buddies really. We should cut a wall, you know.
Yeah. So
Dude.
I can easily just break out the wall and just watch you. While
No,
you
not
sleep.
don't break out. I don't know how it structurally load bearing beams in ships. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
just a window. Just a hole, maybe.
Just
hole.
a hole about this big, waist high that we could just peek in at each other.
So as you go to bed,
It'll be a glorious hole.
as you two are
It'd be
walking,
glorious. You could
as you
shine
two are
your
walking
eldritch light
out
through it.
forward to your quarters, Pragar is looking around the ship for his friend, Pragar, and go ahead and roll. Pragar, make a perception check for me, please.
Alrighty. $19.
Okay. That's a performance, but we'll go with perception. No worries.
Oh shit, I clicked the wrong one. Sorry.
No worries.
That's a 3.
Okay, all right. You go to his bunk, and he's in the crew bumps. He's not in the officer quarters, which is in the opposite side of the ship. You have to go to the back of the ship here, and he's in one of the hammocks there, and he's snoring pretty loudly.
I'll just like kind of walk up and like kind of tap him to see if he'll wake up.
Yes. Oh, it's you again. Hello.
Yes.
You're up late.
I have questions for you. If
Uh-huh.
now that you're awake, I need answered.
Well, I'm always here to be helpful.
All right, I pull out the scale and I kind of set it on. I guess there's like a little table right next to us, or a little night table or anything like that.
Yeah, there's a little box right next to it, a little crate that has some storage shit. But you're able to put it on there, and it's not exactly the most level thing because the ship itself is kind of shifting slowly in place, being in a hovering mode. But you set it there, and the scales are kind of like this. Oh, I see you got you some scales, did you?
Yes, you said this was a tool you used to communicate, or Thamus used to communicate with you. Can you explain to me how it works?
Well, yes, it's one of the weirder things about being a servant here. Let me put that on. So when you talk to Themis, it's not like speaking to Bahamut or one of the more prevalent gods of the area. You have to kind of tease out the answer to what you want to know. You can't just say, who done it? You got to say, did this person do it? And then, you'll get a yes or a no. And then you say, oh, well, did this person do it? And you get it's like playing Clue.
So the scales themselves will weigh out. You don't put anything on them. They just move.
Well, what I typically do is
Thamus moves through them. I don't understand.
so you see that coin you got there on your chip?
Yes.
That's a good way to do it. You get one of them and you get another one and you put one as tails and you say, Thamus, this one here, this one's a no. And this one here, the heads, it's a yes. And you put it on the scales like this. And he puts one on each scale and it's balanced, it's pretty well. And well, as you think really hard to yourself and you have to pray and you have to mean it in your heart. And you have to ask him a question. You say, Thamus, am I going to die tomorrow? And then you have to pray really hard. And then sometimes she'll answer, sometimes she won't. If she does answer, you'll see that the side that you determined to be yes will be heavier. Or the side that you determined to be no will be heavier. Sometimes it's a little bit heavier. Sometimes it's very, very obvious. But you don't always get an answer. That's the hard part. And you can do it about once a day.
Okay.
So
I see.
The way this works is once a day you can roll a D100 to see if your prayer goes through. It's kind of like a divine intervention, but it's a free spell that's specific to your god.
Okay.
You can ask one yes or no question, and it may be answered, maybe not be.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh.
Basically, yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate the answer. Why are you still here? What are you waiting for?
Oh,
Just curious.
I'm here to help you as long as you need it, or until someone comes for me.
I see.
I failed in my mission.
So why are you still alive then? If you failed.
Well, I failed because you're alive and I'm alive, and I was supposed to be your judgment.
So do you think there's an executioner coming for both of us now?
No, I think he's coming for me. Could be a she.
Only you.
Yep. Because I failed. I'm the failure here. You've redeemed yourself. I would reckon I may be coming for both of us. I don't know. Might be something to test out on your scales.
I see. Well, I apologize for waking you. I'm very determined to obviously get as much knowledge about this as possible.
Oh.
You can go back to sleep now.
Oh, well, thank you. It takes me a while to, go on back to sleep.
That's fine.
Will you sing me a song?
No, and I walk out.
Okay.
No.
He struggles to get back into his hammock a little bit, but eventually you make your way back to your space. You guys hear any music at all?
Not
I have it turned down. I don't hear it.
a little bit, yeah. Not loud though.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Okay, got better music. Sorry.
There it is.
Playing with the jukebox and it's really not doing something. All right. So as you make your way back to your room, is there anything else that anyone wants to do for this evening? Sleep Aviary, sleep in Pragar, function. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, you guys.
Going to sleep. Good night.
Okay.
Gonna pay attention to that journal and the both of the things that Malfunction wrote and see if I can figure it out.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
Son of a bitch. I knew it would come to this.
That's your best thing, right?
Oh, intelligence? No. Oh, yeah. It's all right. Oh, it's not bad. All right. Oh, shit.
That's pretty rad. So
Yeah, it's not bad.
you start to go through this, and I mean, you see the world in a different way. You don't see as you don't see it as cause and effect all the time. You see more patterns and things, and you see the world in just a different aspect than other people because of the way you are raised, the way your background is, just your very nature by itself is different. And you begin to see that, if I can find simple words, the, if I can see repeating these, which is a pronoun, you probably figure out THE. And as you start to figure out THE, you get your vowels. And from that, you can start to extrapolate several words perhaps. Now you're not able to do the entire journal in the first night, obviously, but you do start to kind of form your own alphabet out of this.
Can I at least piece together his what he wrote on those cards? Or but what you wrote on those cards, or what he wrote?
Yeah, sure, yeah, I got you. So you eke out a T and an E and an R. And you begin to start to slowly figure it out. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do tonight?
I'm good.
Okay. So, as the morning comes, everyone wakes up to the smell of fresh eggs being cooked and bacon frying, and eventually you come down and you come back to the galley that you were all over in last night. This seems to be the kind of central meeting hub whenever you're not having more official business. The Warforged have the rest of the crew. They're eating right now. They're some of them are grabbing it and going to do their stuff. Where did I put it? One second. Yeah. So some people are just kind of running along as they get just grab a real quick bite to eat. Oh, thank you. Yes, I would love some of those eggs, please. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, good morning. Marjorie's just being really obnoxiously cheery in the morning. Wayroon is in the corner eating his egg. He's got doused in like pepper and hot sauce. Smucky is over there telling some stories and shit. Like the whole crew is just being very crew-like at this moment. Is there anything that anybody wants to do as they're preparing for the morning, or are we just going to wait for your summons for the council?
So I am waiting right outside. Function's waiting right outside of Talb's door because he's kind of excited that he's back and not gone.
All right, so Talverin, you make your way out once you've woken up and once you've brushed your teeth and you're all set to go, and you see a very excited...
Hello.
Holy
Tal.
shit. Good morning.
Good morning. You said to update you on everything.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
Yes. Excellent work, Function. Very well done.
Yes.
Let's go find that lovely fat woman with the coffee. Let's get some. Yeah.
Marjorie. Yes. Right this way.
Marjorie.
And then I just take him up to everybody where everything's going on.
Talverin just takes a moment to shake his head and just think of how much he despises the fact that the Warforged is a morning person. And then just digresses mentally and then just walks straight for the kitchen to find Marjorie to get coffee.
Marjorie is also a brilliantly morning person. Oh, would you like some coffee this morning, kind boy?
Yes, please. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's my own special version.
I will make a giant cup of coffee and then go drink it in the crow's nest.
Oh, okay. Oh, very well. All right. Okay. Interesting.
Before he walks up there, Pragar wants to pull him aside. Because he hasn't seen him yet.
Yeah, so you're heading up there, and Pragar grabs him, pulls him aside.
I'm giving him one of these with my coffee. I'm like, good morning.
Where have you been?
Was around. I threw a potato at you.
You just hear in the background, "Hey, Pragar, Taub is back. You see, Taub is here."
I think they're trying to have a conversation, but here, have some more decaf, sir.
No,
she's giving decaf to Function.
Function. Yeah.
Your letter had us concerned. Was it true? Did you write that?
Yeah, pretty sure I wrote exactly that.
Side note, I read exactly what you texted me to write, so...
Yes, I wrote exactly that. Yeah.
So what have you found out?
Do you want me to tell you now, or do you want me to tell everyone?
Do you want to tell the group?
I mean, I think so.
That's fine. We could talk about this later if you wish.
Yeah,
it's good to have you back, and I just kind of pat him on the back really hard.
Thank
Take
you.
1/4 of a point damage.
Thank you. So I will go to drink my coffee in the crow's nest to get some. I just want a minute of peace and quiet, and I forget for a moment that that's where Aviary sleeps. So I will climb into the crow's nest, looking for a moment of peace and quiet.
Sure. And Aviary, his plumage is there. He's got like a stash of like bird porn, like kind of tucked between some of the flats there. It's got good articles.
Yeah, I dig chicks as well.
I like it.
That was a bird pun.
Breast and thighs. Yep.
Great tits.
Beautiful.
All right.
Those are your 3 best volumes. Okay. So, you guys see Xanthar just slowly, groggily making his way down, gets a bunch of fried potatoes and some coffee, and comes back. He looks extremely hungover today. He did have a drinking contest with the dwarf and win, so yeah, he's gonna be hurting for a while. Okay, so the morning progresses normally. The ship crew is cleaning and re-cleaning what they've already cleaned this week, just kind of looking for something to do. Essentially, they're, some of them will go shopping and whatnot, but with all of the violence and everything from before, the economy hasn't really kicked back into play yet. So you guys are just kind of waiting for a little bit. Finally, you hear a dwarven fellow start to come on board and say, Hello, is there anyone here?
Yes, we're here. We're having breakfast.
Oh, good.
Would you like some coffee?
Oh, of course I would. So Domri comes down. He takes a pint from Marjorie and kind of gives her a little wink, and she has nothing to do with him, but he's like, oh.
I'll turn to Aviary in the crow's nest and I'll go, remind me who that is.
Who, Domri?
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
1 sec, it's in my notes.
He's the shipmaster, right?
He's the dock master.
Yeah, he's the guy that does all the ports.
I know, I just figured
Port
Tal
master,
would
whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Okay. Yeah, so Domri's down there drinking his coffee. Oh, this is good. It's a little black for my taste, but it's still not too bad.
Racist.
I see. You got somebody in the crow's nest to see. I'm here to tell you that you're here officially summoned to the council. Whoever went down into the Underdark area and had their little adventure, you've become quite famous, I might say. Lots of people around the town are talking about you.
Do we need to meet anywhere, or are you here to escort us?
Oh no, I won't be escorting you. One of the praetors may be coming down looking for you later, but I mean, it's never a good idea, or never a bad idea to be up in the palace at this time, just in case they want you early. They started meeting early this morning. Apparently, they're in some side of a hurry for some reason. They're rushing what normally would be a week-long convention. They're trying to get it done in a couple of days. I'm not sure why, but who knows?
What do
I mean,
you think they want to accomplish with this meeting?
Well, I think they're talking about the sudden appearance of the horned fiends in our very midst. That's certainly true. There's people from all over the place. There's Elysian representatives. There's people from Red Timber. There's people from Partimus and Carpathia itself. You saw the White ship coming through. There's part of the Partimian Air Force. They're parked out in that field out there. It's quite a gathering, I might say.
All right.
I mean, if you had devils show up at your doorstep, wouldn't you want to meet it with appropriate militaristic forces?
Very true. Makes sense. However, not that I don't trust our, command in this country. However, there are some skepticisms, I'm sure.
Oh, well, through the satrap himself?
No, I'm extremely interested in talking to the White's representative.
She'll be there certainly. But I mean, the satrap will be the one who's hosting these agreements, so he'll have the final say on everything. He's the one with the most guards. So I don't think you have anything to really worry about.
No, we're not worried.
Of course not.
You say so, Function.
No, the satrap's he's a good feller. I mean, you've met him. You can tell he's an honest individual.
Aye, we met him.
All right.
Yes.
Right. Well, anyway, he's the one that controls these parts, and when he summons a group of people, they best be showing up.
Well, we'll be there.
Okay, good. And like I said, it never hurts to go early. You never know if you might get summoned and get an early lunch or something.
Where's the council meeting being held again?
Oh, it's in the
Yeah.
satrap's. It's in the big mansion that y'all have been to several times.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What a lovely idea. Is the captain around? I'm looking for Xanthar. Where is he?
He went back to his room. He's super hungover.
Anyways, Rhaegar?
Hmm.
Anyone else interested in going early?
Why don't you just shove a bottle in your face and we'll be good.
Oh, joint.
Are you going to be sober for this meeting?
Inside check.
That's what I thought.
Roll an insight check, Avery.
Let's see how sober you really are. Come on,
Didn't I
Mal.
just see you drinking just 20 minutes ago?
I'm going to check his coffee and see if he's pouring alcohol in it.
I want to say, Okabar, are you being truthful at this point? Okay.
3 days?
Were you sober during the drinking
One day.
contest?
That was yesterday.
Like 3 hours,
I'm
yeah.
going to say 3 hours maybe.
Yeah, maybe 3 hours, not 3 days.
Yeah, I was about to say, they are the drinking contest last night. Okay.
I'm impressed, Okabar.
So Okabar's over there counting on his fingers, trying to figure out, like, what time is.
Don't hurt yourself. Alright. Does anyone else have anything that we need to do before we go to this council meeting? If we go early, I agree we might have some advantage. Do we need to do anything else?
I don't know.
So Domri turns and kind of leaves, and Margarine walks up. I might say that poor captain that you have, he's not looking too good. Why don't you leave him here and I'll take care of him today?
You sure, Marjorie?
Oh yes, he's in no shape to be playing.
Oh. Okay.
Don't forget to use one of the extra Warforged if you need anything.
Oh, but of
Are you
course.
here, Aviary? I thought you were up there.
Yeah, I was. Now I'm down here.
Whew,
Right on.
sneaky feller.
It's
It's
just
amazing. Super fast.
Aviary, did you hear what Domri said?
no.
So if we head to the council early, we might have a little bit of advantage of being there, and might be a good representation for ourselves, since we are being summoned as well.
Ooh, we can get good seats.
Sure.
And it would also seem that our captain is a little under the weather at the moment.
All right. I guess let him rest. We can catch him up after we figure out what how this council meeting will hopefully accomplish.
I guess so. Tal,
So-
are you around?
I think you're still up in the crone nest.
Yeah,
I'm up here.
Oh, there he is.
There you are. You
Calm
down for
down.
a council meeting?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Plus, we gotta catch you up on everything.
Am I invited to the meeting? If not, I think I'll just stay up here.
Evidently, I'm
What?
Come down,
I'm
you elvish
taking
prick.
everyone to
What?
their death.
Talk.
I'll just come down.
Okay.
What? I'll come down.
Who's on first?
God.
I'll
So
just come down.
you've been down the whole time. Y'all are having the conversation.
All right. I say we do need to let's catch Talv up on what's happened so far.
Please.
Function, would you like to do the honors?
We're off to
Um,
see the wizard.
Yes, so evidently we are on our way to a council meeting. Yesterday there was a waitress that spoke like my dreams have been speaking to me, by the way. Oh, this is very complicated, all of it. Oh, I don't know if this is a short story.
One
I'm gonna
plot
need help
at a
with this.
time. One plot at a time. So right now we have this council meeting, right? Do you know the satrap has come together and they're going to discuss why this obviously the devils have appeared in their country, kind of what the action needs to be from that point. We've been summoned since we were in such, obviously kind of a big part of that, and since we fought many of them. So I'm hoping that we get some insight as well to these devils and why they're here. Oh, side point, we've been hearing voices, same ones that Function hears.
Yes, and I've been dreaming. Also, the Warforged have been imprisoned and been enslaved.
Oh, well, the ones on the ship.
I figured out so much about Malfunction while you were away. I mean, AKA Jake.
Jake. Malfunction Jake. He's
Malfunction.
Warforged.
We called him Jake around everyone else, but we do know his name is Malfunction.
Okay, that's specific. All Warforged are gone. The ones that were on the ship are gone.
No, they're still
No.
here. They're
No,
still
we
here,
still
Morgan.
have ours. All Warforged are here. Function,
What is he fucking talking about? What Warforged have been enslaved?
he's come to the notion that they have been enslaved, and that
Oh, you
that-
mean in general Warforged are slaves?
yes, that
Yes,
in
and
general they're
DM
slaves, but
Where are
however,
the... Sorry.
You
Okay.
told him that? He figured that out on his own, that they were slaves?
you said
Function,
he
hold on
read
a
it
second.
through a book.
So, DM, do I see the gentling planks anywhere around?
No, the plinth. You guys are on the deck of the ship right now because he just came
Okay.
down from the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Plinths are down 2 floors
All
in
right.
the front of the ship.
Thank you. I just need to. Okay, so Tal, those things that. Remember when Zan cut his wrist and dispelled the magic? Well, he dispelled the wrong thing. Those things that the Warforged are on gentle them and make them almost like they're in a mental prison of some sorts. I'm not fully aware.
So, what makes Malfunction different from the other ones then?
Nothing. I dispelled magic on him, and then he was able to write. He wrote his name. I have deciphered his name. His name is Turt.
You said his name was Jake.
Yes, I understand. He wrote
How many
something.
fucking names does this Warforged have?
Well, you named him Malfunction. I named him Jake. He wrote his name on a piece of paper. His name is Turt. You can call him whatever you like. He wrote his name as Turt.
Crazy.
Sorry, are you
So,
saying Turk with a T?
With a D,
Turt.
turd.
D.
You're saying turd. Turd.
Or is it, are you saying like cheese curd?
You're saying turd.
Read his
T-
lips.
He is in
R-D.
He is in evolution. R is in Randy.
Who is Randy?
I gotta learn his phonetic alphabet.
Okay, why are we going to a meeting?
Yes, I
For
told you there
freaking-
was a lot, Cal. You might want to drink your coffee more.
All right.
What fucking meeting? Where's
What?
Xanthar? Nobody in this fucking party knows how to speak to each other.
I see the bowels of a ship.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we see
So
it.
what meeting are we going to?
Going to the council meeting
said we're-
where the Sandtrap is hosting
Xanthar.
all
Sand-
the Sandtrue is hosting basically with a representative of the Whites going to be there, which and also
The white that we went to hell with is gonna be there.
No, a representative.
a representative for the White.
It is pretty much a town meeting to see
Wait,
what
didn't we
to do
talk
about
about
the
this?
devils.
Have we
Huh?
worked out the conspiracy that the white never came back, that they just replaced him, and they still
Correct.
think we done it?
we
We
don't
still
know.
don't know. We haven't had any kind of. We haven't seen the Whites with our own eyes. or
So
had
don't
any
you
other
think we should sneak up in that bitch and see if it's actually
The
him?
White
or-
will not be there.
Yeah,
That is
we're-
why I said the representative. Listen to the words coming out of my goddamn mouth.
And we're also
I can't
expecting-
understand you. Your accent is way too thick.
I understand.
Also, if you listen to session 17, you would have heard all this.
I was not here. I was doing a separate thing. I don't know how I could hear a thing that I wasn't part of. You have to explain it to me.
Anyway, this council meeting is to discuss the devils and why they're appearing, and to see what the actions need to be against it. That's it.
Okay.
That we're aware of.
So, do you guys want to go to this meeting, or do you just want to fuck off and get on the ship and just get out of here?
meeting.
Like- Let's go to the meeting and let's head up there early.
We can always fuck off later.
All right.
What is fuck off?
It's like where you
That's something you kind of have to show you.
yeah, it's like where you decide to leave. You know how like if you want someone to leave, you can tell them to fuck off. You know, and sometimes like you tell yourself to fuck off.
Oh, are you just telling? It's like another way to say just leave.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
telling you can tell someone else to fuck off, which they probably think is rude. But when you say you're gonna fuck off, it just means more like I don't care if it's rude. I'm just gonna go.
All right, so you gather your party, what's left of it. Xanthar is in his cabin. You can hear him throwing up and Marjorie patting his back. Oh, there, dear. Yeah, just really having a hard time with that hangover. You guys make your way to the big
I'm gonna
crate.
disguise myself.
Okay. Are you using your kit or are you using magic?
I'm gonna use magic to also just make myself look like the potato wizard from the night before.
Why?
Okay.
Right in front of everyone, or
Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing, and then I'm gonna potato wizard.
Yeah, Talvern takes another form. He looks like a creepy old man.
Can I see Shep? Is he Shep on the deck anywhere?
No, he's screaming. He's running away
Shep!
screaming.
I'll start chasing him around again.
Oh, hell no! It's a thing again! Anyway, so he runs off. He's terrified. So the group of 4 normal adventurers and 1 potato wizard start heading towards the satrap's palace. And as you guys approach, it's been 2 days since the big devil attack, and so it seems like everything's kind of slowly going back to normal. Whatever wasn't destroyed is kind of back to normal life a little bit. As you approach the palace, you do notice that there is a fuck ton of soldiers. The security has been heightened to a maximum. They've constructed barricades on the outside of what are normally just garden walls. On one level out beyond that, they have piled up junk, and it's almost like a ramshackle wall where people can stand and look over and basically guard a little bit better. As you guys approach, you begin to... Oh, actually, hold on. You guys are walking through town. There we go. You guys see black screen?
No, we see it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, got that.
Sit it down.
2
So,
LG
yeah.
hands.
Yeah, so you guys are walking through the town, and as you make your way, through, you get closer, and you see,
Closer.
yeah, yes. Sorry, it's been a while for me as well. I want you guys to know that. So I'm also. Aha! So Laxmi, you see the large elephant like person just kind of locks it on, holding guard, and as soon as she sees you, she goes, oh good. So she starts to kind of almost jog up to you, and you can hear the clank, clank, clank of the huge plate mail that's on her form, and she's got little miniature tusks that are coming out, but her big nose is there, and she's almost 10 feet tall. She's a large person, and as she comes up, oh good, it seems that you've made it. You're a little bit early, but that shouldn't be a problem at all. Would you like to come in and wait until the council has called you?
Yes, please.
Good. It's good to see you all. Who is this fellow?
He's just a friend.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that settles. Looks like you're missing 2, and you have 1 addition. Not a problem. So the council is not quite ready to see you just yet. But surely they will be in a minute. So please follow me. And so she goes ahead and leads you into the main hall that you guys have entered in so many times. The laid-back attitude that you guys saw when y'all first came in here is completely eradicated. There's now a sense of duty, of emergency, almost of militarization, where previously it was a gentle nobleman's house. She leads you off into a side room, and you can see the main council chambers, not the small back corner that you guys met with the satrap before, but the main dining hall, banquet hall has been transformed into a council chamber. One of the side halls there has a little small room that they kind of set you in, and it's across the hallway from the main council chamber. But she goes ahead and opens the door, and she says, well, if there's anything else that we can get you, some snacks perhaps, or I would prefer that you stay sober, but maybe we can get you some nice milk. Just do let me know, and stay right here until you are summoned. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Anything you need, just tell one of the guards down at the end of the hall, and they'll be able to supply to you whatever you need.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, yes?
Potentially, do you have any reading material while we wait?
But of course I do. Back there is one of the bookshelves, and you are more than welcome to peruse anything on there.
Ah,
We have History of the Warforged Volume 1 in about 16 different types, 16 different prints, so knock yourself out.
We've already got that on.
Oh, everybody has that one.
Yeah.
what is that book?
It's the one they give you with your subscription trial.
That's right. All right, well, good luck. Good luck, yes. And she kind of walks off. She's very nervous and very chatty at this point. You've never seen her so... Normally she's very laid back, and she's just reflecting the entire atmosphere of the whole area.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys go in there, and you begin to wait. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. function, you go over and you see the Magnum Canticle Prism. The Magnus Prism Canticle, you see about 16 copies of that. You see several copies of the Warforged. You see several almanacs. Nothing that's presenting any new information, I would say, but at least it's enough to keep yourself occupied with leafing through the pages there. There is a plate of like grapes, pears, a couple of vases of water, but really, you guys are just sitting there. And the time stretches. And you keep waiting.
Tal, are you going to stay in that form the entire meeting?
I want everybody to roll a perception check for me.
Tal.
No answer. Hello?
Oh, I didn't mean to roll twice. I'll take the
I'm gonna take that first one though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. I need.
Sorry, I was
Salver.
milling about my spells. I had to get back to my sheet.
No problem. No problem.
Sorry.
Hey, Jared, it turns out I'm missing like more than half a dozen spells that I should have.
Tavern, you roll.
Tal,
What'd
are
you say
you
to-
going to stay in
Sorry,
that
what are we
form
rolling?
the whole
Perception.
time?
What'd you say?
Pragar was asking you if you were going to stay in that form the whole time.
I mean, I don't see what's wrong with it.
No one recognizes you.
Yes, that's the point. I'm also talking in a funny voice.
Well, we're part of we've been. So, are you representing yourself in that form? Because we've been invited as our group, and you're not part of our group in that form. So,
But like, it's probably fine. But remember, before people were trying to kill me, so I'm like, don't be me.
don't be you.
Don't get dead. Not me. So
You
I'm
think-
doing a bit of.
Do you think someone's gonna try to kill you at the meeting?
No, but I've already wasted the spell, so I might as well keep it on as a precaution.
All right. Well, you need a sign that says "I am Tal" or something
Yeah,
for
do
the rest
this.
of the group,
Do this.
for the rest of the council.
Just tell. We'll see if it comes up. I'll kind of hang to the back.
So what do we call you? Do we still say "Yo Tal"? Do you want us to? Do you have an
Spud.
alias?
Call me Spud,
Spud. All right. You are Spud.
the Potato
I like
King, the newest member of the Nemesis, Spud the Potato King.
Spuds Mackenzie.
Yes. Would you like me to introduce you as such?
No, I'll just linger back and we'll hope they don't even notice. Maybe it won't even come up.
Are you sure?
We'll never know. I'm in here. The guards let me all the way in.
I
The
have
elephant
been-
lady was like, fine. She just rode with it like almost like it would just derail the whole story and get us off track.
This is a good point. Okay.
Let's just see what goes. Yeah, always, mate. And I'll pull my potato out of my pocket and throw it to him.
He's just
Alright.
got a whole bag of holding of potatoes.
Salvern, just checking. You did cast Disguise Self, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna need to take off one of your spell slots.
All right.
All right. So, what is late morning, early afternoon continues to stretch. Eventually, you do hear footsteps coming down the hall. The door opens, and Laxmi sticks her head in. I'm just checking. They don't quite need you just yet. It seems that they've run into some issues. But anyway, is there anything that I can get for you?
Wine. I mean, wine.
Oh, well, it would probably be best if you weren't drunk.
I didn't say I was going to get drunk. I said like a bit of wine.
Fair enough. Good. Yes, I can do that.
Lakshmi, you said, well, we were informed that the White will not be present and sent his representative. Can you tell us who the representative is?
Well, I believe it is Mrs. Sonatad Neodyme. She is the White's assistant. She's been very nice, very pleasant.
I see. Is there anyone else, are any of the other colors present, or is it just the white sending his representative?
No, because this is a military matter. There are no other representatives from the Chromatic Council. But there are several people from areas around the area. One person is a representative of the Violet to be here for the representing the fleet of Partivus, and that's going to be Admiral Claremont himself. He's on the Abrasius Dominatus, that big ass airship out front that's parked out in the plains. He's not quite as nice as Sonatad, I'm sure you'll find, but he's quite an interesting fellow. There's a couple of other representatives from Belaine and even some from down south in Red Timber, but a couple of other people, some Donatel woman, and of course you've met Argent Tashmir and oh yes, there's the Inquisitors as well, but I think more people are planning on being here in the next few days, but I don't really know much. I'm just a praetor.
I understand. Can you tell me, have devils been sighted in all these different countries that the representatives are coming from, or?
From what I know is the farther you go from Erdes, the less the frequency of the devils appearing would be. There were a few that were in Red Timber, and maybe one or two in the surrounding areas, but mostly they were here in Erdes.
So this is more of a local issue.
Not for me to say, unfortunately. I think that's one thing that they're trying to discuss in the council.
You've asked questions to the wrong person.
I just work here. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate your insight. Thank you. We have no one else to talk to. So.
Did they bring wine after I asked for it?
No, she hasn't gone to get it yet. All right, if that's all. Please be more patient. That they seem to be having some issues in the council. So she leaves. She goes. A couple minutes pass. She comes back. She has one carafe of wine. Here you are. One wine. Here's 2 glasses. Be careful.
I'll take the wine carafe and I'll pour a little bit in each of the 2 glasses, and then just walk off with the carafe and start drinking out of it.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough. Whatever. So she turns around and leaves. Okay, you start chugging the carafe. No problem. After that, another hour passes. You're starting to get hungry. It's late in the afternoon. You start to hear footsteps again. The door opens, and instead of it being a large Loxodon elephantine person, it is a small, kind of meek tiefling. You know this person is Makashre. Hello? Good to see you all. It seems there are a couple of you missing, but that's all right. Most of you will do. It seems that the council is now ready to have you. If you wouldn't mind following me. She turns around and starts to walk out.
Alright, I get up and... Shall we? Start kind of heading that way.
So everybody heads that way. Alright, so as you walk into a larger room, it seems to be... There's maps and stuff all over the table. You guys seeing this right now?
Yes.
Okay. Good. I'm trying to... Aha! There it is. Perfect. Give me just a second. I get heads because I've got shit down there.
Bathroom break.
Okay. So as you walk in, you begin to see a bunch of faces. Everyone, as the door opens and Makashre opens and she leads you in, each of you file in. And they're all seated around a large table. There are books all along the shelves, large windows. You guys apparently are expected to stand at the edge of the table as everyone talks to you. Directly across from each of you, facing you, is somebody that you've all known for a while. Let me see if I can actually do this real quick. This is going to be how we do this. You guys see this guy. This is Satrap Morn. Do y'all see that?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
good. Yes, you see Satrap Morn. this is the person that you've spoken with several times, just light-haired. He's the local ruler here. Directly to his left, you see a female dragonborn. It's again another familiar face, someone that you know as Sonatad. Sonatad is sitting there, kind of with a very not happy look on her face, but she definitely is there. To her left, you see a new person. It's a human male, a little bit older in years, with a very lavish coat on. He's just kind of sitting there. Next to him, though, you see another familiar figure. This is someone you haven't seen since you saw him in the Mushroom Tower. This is Adamat, and he's the wizard who helped you guys get into Particles. And you see him, and you glance over, and he just kind of gives you a real quick nod.
With the gravity well.
What's that?
With the gravity well in the mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was him. Rounding around on the left-hand side, you see next to him a very large, kind of plump man sitting there. You make your way over. There's another man who's very muscular looking.
That mullet is fire.
Yeah. And there's this guy who's just an absolute beefcake sitting right next to him. And they're kind of like rubbing each other. They're like making jokes, I guess is the best way to put this. Next to that, you see another two on the right side. Sorry, on the right side of the satrap. I'm trying to organize this here. You see two familiar faces. You see Lady Wenceslav, and you also see Lady Donatel. Yep, those are two familiar faces. Next to her is.
You did a terrible job describing how hot those two ladies were.
Bro, I mean, they may have looked a little bit different.
Cool, we're definitely in a room with two dragons right now. It's
yeah,
fine.
then you see Lady Argentishmir, the one who went down into the Hell Depths with you. She's sitting next to those two, and then you see a familiar face. You see Inquisitor Galacta sitting there. He kind of gives you a little nod. Hello. And then at the very end of the table, you see a very grumpy man dressed in imperial finery, and that's there. And as you walk in, you can hear two of them kind of debating back and forth. Lady Donatel, she's making some sort of case, speaking directly to the satrap. You know, it's not in our best interest to intervene. It's not something that we've done in any amount of time, and it's not something that we are really planning on doing. This is an internal affair, and you know it. And the satrap replies, No. You understand as well as I do that this is an affair for... good. They're here. Welcome, gentlemen. And he stands up and kind of holds his arms out a little bit and says, Welcome. I'm glad that you all made it. Thank you again for coming. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself. I see you're missing two members and you have a new one, but regardless. At this point, Makashre, whom I placed here. Makashre leans over. She whispers into the satrap's ear, and the satrap goes, I see. Well, as a sign of respect and openness amongst us all, we would very much appreciate if there were no disguises or open lies or any type of animosity of that nature. So I understand your need for precaution, but I guarantee that you are safe here amongst our company. So if you wouldn't mind, anyone who is invisible or altered in any way, please revert to your normal form as we speak. And he looks directly at Talvarin. Or I guess
just
Spuds.
I shove him with my elbow.
Oh, fine, but somebody owes me some magic, and I'll just drop it.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much. You see Makashre like kind of look at you, give you a little nod of respect, like it's good, it's very good. So, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to the council, and we will do it likewise. We have a few questions and probably a few concerns that we would like to raise. So, please go ahead. Each of you, go in turn.
Hello, we are the Nemesis 6. My name is Fregar Dawnbreaker.
They call me Aviary.
Hello, my name is Function.
I'm the fucking potato wizard.
Very good. So he kind of like looks at you for a second. glints his eyes a little bit, but he's gonna go with it. Very good. I myself and the Morn, Satrap Morn, of course. To my left, you've met a few of these people. You've met Sonatad, certainly. Hello, pleasure. A couple of
Hello.
other people
Good to
that
see you again.
probably have not met yet. Might I introduce? This is Bessemer Krusnabel. He represents Belaine and the Ferric Council or Cabal. Him, Lady Wenceslav, and Lady Donatelle are all three representing the Ferric Cabal, though they certainly do not always seem to be presenting the same ideals. And at that, Christabel gives him a really kind of mean-looking glare.
He's repping the Violet. Who is it?
No, I'm sorry. Besna Crucible, he represents the Ferric Cabal. He is
The whole Cabal. Okay,
Yes.
Ferric Cabal.
He is from Belaine, which is the capital of this region.
Okay.
Hello.
And he kind of, Belaine is just like, make sure I have it. Kind of just gives you a nod or whatever and continues to look. Yes, of course. You also know our good friend from the Illimpol Tool, Atmat. And Atmat sitting there and goes, hello again. Long time no see.
Hello.
Right.
Good to see you again. Hello.
Sorry. And of course, our noble representative from the Violet and the Fleet of the Prism. This is Admiral Phoenix Claremont. And he just sits there with his arms crossed and doesn't say much.
Hello.
You're good at
I am Function.
He just kind of looks at you kind of weirdly. So the satrap leans forward and says, very good. So we have several questions, several objectives for this meeting of itself. First, amongst the questions that we have to ask here, what happened?
In regards to...
I sent you down, each of you, I sent you down to go rescue one of my men, and hopefully my lead praetor, Sheladon, and it ended up blowing up half the city. You gave me some details, but they are sparse indeed. Would you mind expositing on what happened in front of the entire council, please?
So we basically make our way around town, follow up on some leads that you gave us, and we ended up down in this cavern, basically made of dragon glass at the bottom, and this is below the basement of another, like a storefront.
And this is in our city.
The poor part of town, but yeah. And we go through the dragon glass chasm. We find some cultists and stuff along the way. Then we get to this room.
Point Adamat goes, hold on. What kind of cultists are we talking about?
I don't know exactly what kind, but they were wearing these robes, and I pull out the robe that
Okay.
one of the robes that I had kept.
Will you let me see that, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so he jumps down from his seat and kind of waddles over. Again, he's a halfling, so he's very, very short, and he looks at it. He's like, do you mind if I look this over for a second?
You can have this one.
Oh, well, even better. Thank you. So he kind of waddles back to his seat and starts to look at it, starts to mutter, and starts pulling out some books from the side. Thank you. Proceed, please. Keep going.
So we make it down through this cavern after facing a couple of these cultists. We come to a fork in the road, if you will. We end up one way. We find this prisoner. I, for the life of me, can't remember his name. We tried to help him out. I don't know if he made it through the crowd of demons and stuff funneling through as he was trying to leave. But we go a little bit further and we come across this, I don't even know what to call it, a giant crystal? And it was too big to maneuver for any of us to carry.
One second.
Yeah?
Could you describe that crystal for me, please?
Yeah, hold on. I have that. I know I have a drawing here. Yeah, so it's a
There's a
orange,
large.
red, and yellow gem of we believe to be nethicite. It was suspended on a chain among I don't know, this weird top of a pyramid, but inside, I don't know. It was suspended over a table or plinth of some kind. And as we tried to, maneuver around with the gem, it was just too big to deal with.
Wait. How large was this gem?
Oof, pretty big. I want to say it was. I know I have that somewhere. Hold on. I don't know. I have it written down.
Larger than me.
Yeah, larger than I could carry. Larger than my strength.
At that point, Lady
Can't
Winston
find
chimes in. And you say that this was nethicite?
That's what it seemed to be.
Nethicite doesn't grow that large. It's a fairly rare stone. You're talking about an entire fortune's worth just directly below the slums of the city?
I'm sorry, were you there?
I'm just telling you what we think we came across. I mean,
We're giving you the
end of the
facts.
day, none of us are gem experts, so. So, anyways, we
At this point, Argent Tashmere goes, I followed them, and I certainly found what they were talking about, at least the glass shards of them. And she opens up kind of a rolled cloth, and she pulls it aside, and in there are several of the shards of the gem that you had originally destroyed.
blew up.
Yes, they were there. There's a strange residual on it. It smells like saltpeter of some type, but it is certainly what they describe it to be. Now, please, no more interruptions and let them go.
Weird.
So we couldn't figure out how to get the gem, so we tried taking just a chunk of it, and pickaxe didn't work, so I figured the next best thing would be a stick of dynamite or a blasting charge.
Ooh.
And that's when things kind of turned sour, if you
Yes.
could say.
Things around you boys tend to go sour very quickly.
Hello, Glocta. How have you been?
Oh, I've been better, that's for sure. Too many stairs.
Yeah.
Please continue.
So we take the blasting charge to this supposed nethicite, and along with these shards that the Lady Agentismere has found, we seem to either stumble upon or open, or just some chaotic magic of a portal happened. And that's when we basically could see through to the other side, and then stuff came out, and we kind of had to deal with that. But all while this is happening, we've got all the demons and imps and stuff that were faking as, imposing as your townsmen, and just funneling in through to this cavern.
What do you mean you could see through to the other side?
Well, it's kind of like a window. So the portal was there, and then we could kind of see through it, but only the limited circle of the portal itself.
What did you see?
It was a lot of fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
Do you know which plane?
Red?
It was a hellscape plane.
Not helpful,
seemed.
of course. Yes, it does seem that there was a plane involved here.
2 larger devils did come out
Yes.
that were much more powerful than our group can handle.
We actually couldn't handle them. We had to basically block off their exit so that they could be trapped.
At this point, Ian goes, yes, it does seem that what they saw there was similar to the ones that we saw at the Inventors Fair.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Almost the exact same kind of devil. Bone devil.
But I do wonder why this one was so You had such a big crystal involved when the one in the Inventors Fair didn't. What's the connection there? Why are they similar?
They just, I mean, the devils just look the same. I don't know that they necessarily were the same.
What? Perhaps it was the same dimension portal to the same plane, and it could have been the same devils. Yeah.
Makes sense to
I
me.
mean, have you not talked to the White? Has he explained what has happened at the Aventus Fair?
Of course I did. He was able to quickly dispatch whatever devils were in there and escape from the portal.
Speaking of the White, can I ask why this meeting isn't important enough to warrant his presence?
The White is currently occupied with very important issues within the council over there. I am his representative, and I'm here to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of.
Look, Son of Tad, we agree. We understand, the position of the White. However, the last time we saw him, he was trapped in this same plane. And now all of a sudden he's back. So excuse us if we're a little questionable on his presence.
He certainly wasn't trapped. He's been seen in public several times. I was there watching him escape. I helped him escape. You all were too busy running from the law.
You helped him escape from where?
Yeah.
I helped him escape from that damned portal that you guys left him in.
So how did you help him escape?
The portal got him and brought him out.
I was on the other side, and when you left, there was another portal that opened up, and I saw him, and I ran to help him. I even stepped through the portal for a few minutes to help aid him in his escape, keeping it open while he ran through.
So why are you surprised about our portal?
It's not necessarily the portal, it's just more of the means in which it appears. You say that there was a big crystal that was needed and all of these fancy gizmos and magical mumbo-jumbo, when in fact, on my side...
DM, do I believe her?
Roll an insight check.
As I say, can one of us...
I don't remember her being there.
No,
I don't remember being her there
Do
either.
we remember her being there?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
What would that check be?
Give me a second.
History?
Sorry.
That's just
I
a
don't
memory
know.
check. Yeah, you'll have to know.
It's perception, right? Is insight correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
No, insight is insight.
Oh, insight is insight, excuse me.
It's its own
What?
thing. It's its own skill.
Yeah, insight should be...
It's
Yes,
Oh,
that's wisdom.
anyway, yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, so what did I roll? 14? 14. Yeah.
We can't see the rolls because of the overlay.
The roll. But that's okay.
I can see, yeah.
I can see it in the chat.
Yeah.
I had to click off of it still.
I see it.
So I got a 14.
You don't necessarily remember her being there, but there was a lot of shit going on, and you guys ran out really quickly. So what she's saying is plausible, but you don't know. It's hard to tell if she's telling the truth or not.
Okay, cool. Continue, sorry.
That's all
I'm
we have.
just wondering why a simple teleportation device they were trying to put out could summon these devils, but here it takes a giant crystal. I don't understand the link between the two.
Are you talking about a link between the Aventus Fair and then what happened here?
Yes.
I don't think they're the same. They were two
One
different-
was an accident.
One.
One was a complete accident.
They were technically both complete accidents.
Well, let's be honest, yes.
I see. Well, something to think about either way.
Yeah, the imp that we interrogated after the fair said himself that we weren't supposed to be the ones on the other side.
You had an imp?
Yeah, our buddy,
At that point, Galactus steps in.
yeah, Galactus.
Please, we turned over all inquisitorial evidence in full cooperation with the White and the Council. There is nothing new that they can tell you about the imp.
I was just mentioning that he said that it was an accident.
No. Keep telling him everything. It's fine.
And then, let's see. I'm
Probably a good idea.
trying to think. I can't think of anything else that would be pertinent to this.
I'm just curious, Sanitad, has our names been cleared since the Whites returned miraculously?
Yes, they have indeed. The White wanted to thank you for your valorous deeds in aiding him in fighting off the devil. She also wanted to understand why you
had to run so quickly. I understand there was a miscommunication with the guards, of course, but no harm, no foul, and it seems that your names have been cleared.
It
That
would be
is-
interesting to hear it from the White himself.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Of course.
I am as good as the White. I am his representative here, after all. Now, the little bit with the airship. Now, that's a different story. And at that point, you see the just evil, malevolent glare that the admiral is just fixating you each with. Yes.
Wink.
Make a wave check.
I know what you mean. by one
Wait.
night.
And do you have something to say? And I'm staring at him.
Who you saying that to?
What's his name? Sergeant
Staring,
Pepper.
yeah, what's his name?
Admiral
His name is Claremont. Phoenix Claremont.
Phoenix Claremont.
So
Admiral Claremont.
I have nothing to say to pirates.
Pirates.
Who's a pirate here?
There are no fucking pirates here.
Who's the pirate?
You're each pirates, and I know you did it because I saw the damn ship out in the shipyards.
And at this point, Glockta leans over and says, "It's okay. It's okay.
You have no
That's a
proof.
different ship. You didn't see it has its own type of flags.
Yes, yes, that
That's
is
banner
a different.
flag.
Yep.
That is our flag. Yeah, that is our ship, the Nemesis.
That is the Nemesis. There is no proof that the Rosinante didn't go down with the other ships.
Yep, check it for serial numbers. I promise you won't find any.
We have proper documentation.
I don't even
As
know.
well.
Totally have proper documentation. That's a thing that we.
The only thing that I know is that this damned city is harboring fugitives, known war criminals.
And
Oh, the pirates, you mean?
Yes, I mean you.
And at this point, the satrap goes, "Hold on,
Us.
hold on.
Wait, are we satrap? I just want to clarify. Are we pirates or are we war criminals? Seems a bit of a stretch.
In this particular place, you are neither. You are.
Well, no, I'm asking the one in the stupid outfit whether he said we were pirates or we were war criminals.
And which is it?
Oh, Claremont.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Claremont goes.
We're kind of trolling his ass.
At this point, he stands up. He throws his hands down. He stands up and goes, "It's both, damn you! It's both, and you know it." And
Well, I mean, to be honest, if I thought a group of 6 people could pest essentially your entire organization, your entire military might, then
Your
I would
best
say they
Navy
could
ship.
probably be both pirates and war criminals. But of course, that's not the case. Like you said, we have proper documentation for the ship that we've had for quite
And-
some
It's more
time.
than that. You know it. You had help on the
The
outside. You're helping these damn
devils.
devils, and I know it.
he says,
Look. I
Help
believe we were invited here to discuss why the devils are present. We are giving you our information, not here to be called criminals or pirates.
Scrutinize.
A shadow leans over him, and it's this gigantic Loxodon elephant person, kind of like making sure he's sitting down. When she's being friendly, she's pretty laid back and everything, but Lakshmi looks really fucking imposing when she's trying to be. So he sits down and he's kind of sulking a little bit.
Yes, please sit.
Please, gentlemen, there's been more than enough yelling already this morning. Anyway, so you were down there, you destroyed this gigantic crystal, correct? What happened next?
Portal. We saw through it like a window.
Yeah.
Bone Devil and companion of some kind. Fought.
A portal opened to
Escape.
hell. We fought.
We escaped by collapsing the tunnel leading to said portal.
And unfortunately, collapsing also a full block of my city.
Well,
again,
you're
it
welcome.
was the poor district, so you're welcome.
Yeah, who cares about poor people anyway, right?
Several of these fiends, the demons,
Free
or the
renovation.
devils did run in there.
It's free real estate. Free real estate.
I see.
Most of the buildings down there seem to be abandoned anyway, so
Publicans.
you've already left. So anyway, blow crystal, hole opens, devils come out, we try to leave. Turns out all the citizens are fucking imps and devils and whatnot, and they all ran back into the cave, jumped in a pit of lava.
They did.
before
Right.
They did what?
They
They
ran,
Suicide.
jumped off the pit of lava. It seemed that their souls were being sacrificed. In
Sacrificial.
your town
It's
people
dying.
were basically hypnotized into killing themselves. It seemed.
Argenta
Or
Smear
controlled by
was there.
something.
She was there.
Oh yeah,
She saw
Argenta's
it.
mirror. She stands out. I saw several of them do it. Actually, there were several devils, but of note there were incubi.
Yeah, also, there was another portal. Not sure we opened it, I don't think. But there was a big, nasty devil hand coming out. Every time somebody would jump in the lava, the devil hand would come out more.
I forgot about
shut
that.
shit
They were
down.
trying to summon a larger devil. It seemed.
Everybody make a perception check for me, real quick.
Bigger devil than I had seen.
That's not a devil. This is a devil.
It's like the best perception I've ever rolled.
Wow, with a +8, I still only get a 12. That's fucked.
Did I get mine in?
Oh, good one. I'm taking your first one. Yeah, I got yours. Get yours.
Oh, there we go.
With a
Oh.
-1, he rolled higher than me. That's fucked.
Guys, I roll awesome online, okay?
Cheater. Is he whispering right now?
Yep,
Me?
'cause I can't hear him.
Oh, from, yeah, Pragar, yeah.
What did Pragar roll? 17. He outrolled me by 1. I don't get whispers. God
Rolled your face.
roll your mom's face.
Whoa!
Okay, so
I rolled a 16.
yeah, he needed a 17.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Convenient.
So close.
How
So close.
convenient.
So the satrap is sitting there. Okay, so they started to jump into the lava, and you prevented the summoning of another larger devil. What happened?
For now.
While saving a lot of your townsfolk from killing themselves in this
I
lava
wouldn't
pit.
say a lot, but yes, they were. Ah,
We're trying to eradicate the imp problem, yeah.
I see. Well, the ones that you rescued are still receiving treatment. They don't seem to be in the right mind yet. First of all, I want to thank you each for helping the city, preventing the summoning of even larger problems. It seems that most of our devil friends that we've had amongst us for years, they have all gone north into the desert. North.
Who went north?
All of the flotsam, jetsam, the randoms, the forgottens, and yes, the devils. Everyone who changed, they all escaped out that tunnel and out the back entrance to the north.
Hmm.
We
No
gave chase-
portal.
No portal actually. We gave chase for a while and we tried to rouse them, but unfortunately, once they reached the red deserts of Kargoth, they were nigh untrackable. That is some very difficult land without the proper preparations. You can almost not even transverse them. Well, I wouldn't risk my only airships up there, so they have escaped for now. Which leads us to what are we going to do next?
Well, what about Kraknor? Have you heard from him?
At this point, Makashre, he pipes up. She goes, "Well, actually, I have seen him. He is in a place of, I don't know if it's danger, but it's certainly a place of pain. He does not look well, but I believe he is being kept alive for some reason, but I don't know what the reason might be."
They took him to the desert, or do you know where he is?
Judging by the amount of sand that was on his person, I would say certainly yes.
Is there any kind of, I don't know, buildings or fortresses or anything in this desert that you're aware of?
No, at this point,
Well put.
Lady Wenceslaw steps up and she says, "As many of you know, the history of Kargoth is not a happy one. They were utterly destroyed
probably 50 years ago. Since then, no one can really step foot in there. The only people you see in there would be scavengers, thieves, runaways. No one in their right mind would live there, and I doubt there's much left up there.
Well, obviously, that could be where they're holding Cragnell, right?
Possibly, but it could also be on another plane. It could be anything.
Well, have you sent scouts or checked since then?
You see
I asked.
the satrap.
But the few scouts we have spared to go north we have not heard from yet. We assume them to be captured, killed, or otherwise detained.
How long ago were they sent?
2 days.
And how far away do you say this encampment could be?
The desert starts a good day's march north. They were making haste. They reached it in very little time. Once you get into the desert, the red winds and the sand gets everywhere. It becomes it's a hellish nightmare, to put it nicely. Even our most brave soldiers and our strongest forces couldn't make it. The only ones who could make it would possibly be dragons. And at that point, he gives a really strong look to Lady Donatel. Oh, it's not a secret. Don't hide it.
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Who went north into the desert?
All the devils.
The Jews.
Did we ever find your main man and his assistant?
Sorry?
You sent us down there. We were looking for 2 people. Did you ever find?
No, but we've certainly spied on them through magical means, and we found them both in the north. We
So
assume.
you think they're taken prisoner or they're pardoned?
I believe they are still held captive by those people, yes. At first we thought it was just the damn glass blowers, a local gang of sorts, but they have transposed entirely.
Can I pick up one of those cigars out of the ashtray and start smoking it? Just pay no regard to who wants to.
Yeah, absolutely. You walk up to the table. You're all like 10 feet away from the table, and you see Talvin just kind of like, oh, you just walk
I'm
up
drunk.
nonchalantly. Yes, you are. Pick it up. Laxmi just face palm.
I'm gonna start blowing like perfect little circles.
So, are you saying you need the Nemesis 6 again?
Well,
As he's smoking that shit right in front of his face.
We haven't really gotten there yet. As far as the future goes,
In that function, we haven't gone there yet. They haven't paid us for this first thing yet.
Oh, yes, we have.
Oh, we did. Yes, they did.
So what's your plan now?
Carry on. And I'll just keep smoking.
That's where we are
Yeah.
stuck. I would like to request the help of the Ferret Cabal. At this point, you see the man over here. Absolutely not. This is an affair of humans, not one for us.
Team player, I see.
What do you have to lose?
We have everything. This is the dictates of the great mighty Bahamut. When he left us here, he told us specifically that our only purpose was to defeat Tiamat and prevent her reincarnation, not to meddle in the affairs of humans. Meddling in affairs and taking sides, well, it never ends well for we who are usually ending up being the hunted.
So is he an elf?
No, from what you can see, he's human.
You say this is all humans, however, there's devils roaming the land, and obviously other creatures. And you say this is a human problem. Do you not see the bigger picture here that this is
He's
could
a
happen in
priest.
the entire world?
The biggest picture that I see here is that this is a localized incursion dealing with a drug deal gone bad. It is not an invasion of the world.
Yeah.
Have you seen portals anywhere else?
No, I have not, and certainly I doubt the appearance of 2 portals in the same region in 1 week.
So you want to say that an alchemical crystal that can enrapture a person's soul and bound it to a demon creature on a different plane and also open up portals to that plane we want to go ahead and just classify that as a localized drug problem, especially when we've had events in Carpathia and now here in a different nation. But we're going to go ahead and classify that as a localized drug problem.
And literally, you were talking about stopping the summoning of Tiamat. How do you know this could not be proper results of that?
We have investigated the cult that was down there, and they are neither powerful nor associated with Tiamat. Her chains and shackles are well guarded.
So I asked the rest of the council, has anyone seen these devils elsewhere besides these two nations?
They kind of look at each other, and the person who's been kind of quiet the whole time, he kind of leans forward.
Yes, we have seen them in the east, though not quite as numerous as they were here. But certainly surprising.
You've seen multiple imps, or what have you seen exactly?
Oh, we saw, judging from the descriptions, the same mix of races that they saw here. Certainly. Again,
All relative to a gazer shot problem, yeah.
well, yes, unfortunately, there was certainly a gazer shot person. Probably
So-
where we're from. Yes.
So again, you have imps stealing your people's souls, yet there hasn't been any kind of action towards it.
Well, what would we do? If we take action, it would give many other countries the right to attack Belaine, and that's not something that we want.
So you see this as a non-local action. This guy sees it as a local authorities action. You guys can't even
If
come to
I
an agreement on anything.
Exactly. I don't understand how an international event where
No.
souls are being captured and portals to other dimensions are being opened, and it's either too big of a problem or too little of a problem. So whose fucking problem is it?
That's a good question. Is it our jurisdiction? Is it the kings? Is it the local satraps? Is it the prisms, since it's a religious issue now? Whose action is it to take charge and make these things happen? That's the whole question that we've been debating.
Is that not the point of this council? I mean, you have these representatives here sent by more powerful people. Why aren't they doing anything about it? Yet they're sending their representatives to take care of it for them. It seems like there's going to be a bigger problem that is growing across the country, and
And
we
you
want to
discuss
just
politics
brush it
while-
under the rug
At this
as a drug issue. And I look back at the other dude, kind of glare at him.
So Sonatad leans forward.
You must. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. You must also understand that bringing the leaders of the world into a place that is known to explode and have whole city blocks fall in on it is probably not the best idea.
It's not known
No.
to explode. How many other times has this happened?
I agree, but this problem is happening across the more than across the country, across the
Look,
world.
the explosion was an isolated incident. Our bad.
Did.
Yes, the first time it wasn't our fault. It was the goddamn.
Yes, so what you're saying is that the danger is right here.
No.
Oh,
I'm just
danger
saying-
is fucking anywhere that
saying-
there's gator shots.
Hold
I'm
on,
saying
Anyway.
this explosion is not a thing to be worried about.
hold on. I slammed my
Yeah,
hand on the
this
table.
cult.
So why is the White not concerned? He was there in that planescape, and he saw the devils that we saw. They were attacking his own city. Yet he hasn't lifted a finger to investigate or anything to this, and yet it's happening elsewhere. And yet he isn't even here present to show that he even cares.
And
So
yet
again,
you mentioned,
I
you
ask,
mentioned
what are
on-
your actions? What are you doing for this issue?
You mentioned on top of that the White defeated the devils and escaped, yet we saw the exact same devils, if I'm not mistaken, here.
Well, it wasn't the same ones necessarily.
I'm pretty
Right.
fucking sure.
Look,
pretty
they
fucking-
were equally shit your pants scary. I'll give you that.
The White is taking this very seriously. We have increased security around Carpathia tenfold. And another thing is that as she continues to kind of go on, the satrap goes, that's the whole damn point. You're increasing your security, but you're not sending any help. We need to figure out what is north, what is going on in that damn desert.
I agree. 100% was satrap.
I agree as well. While you sit around and bolster your security and talk politics, people are losing their souls.
It seems like a selfish act to just increase your security in your own country, yet alone not worry about these other countries that are suffering from the same issue.
Not
So
a
what are we
What
gonna do? Like, do we just send all of our troops out and just be ready for another invasion?
Have any of you ever been to battle? Do you not understand this is a war?
Look at my muscles. Of course I've been to battle.
He's right though. He has pretty great.
No,
muscles.
Look, we fight off people. Sorry, if you don't know, I'm Hammond. I'm from Red Timber. We fight off all kinds of monsters, lizard people, incursions, toad people, these little frog ninja pirate people. We fight them all off from the forest, and you want me to take all of my forces, all of my reserves, and bring them up here so that way we're left defenseless? No, we're not doing that.
It's not about.
You can
all.
leave them. You can leave them there, and you can come with us to the desert to figure out what the fuck's
Oh.
going on.
Oh, one person? I'm not gonna do that. That's
It's
stupid.
called troop management.
Can you not look? I look at
No,
everyone in the
where
council.
The sweet spot is between keeping defense and pushing for a new exploration or a new investigation.
I look
Yeah,
at everybody
but-
on the council and I ask, can you not spare one or two of your, I don't know, scouts or someone with any kind of tactician mind or anything like that that we can use to maybe investigate the north and maybe find out what is happening?
That's what we're trying to determine. Scouts.
Well,
that
it
we
seems
have
like
here?
we're not getting anywhere.
What do
Well, how about
think?
you fucking send us then?
Are you volunteering?
Yes.
Ah, not for free.
Of course, we have discretionary emergency funds. Of course.
I'm just saying because these devils are dangerous. Is all.
You seem to have a knack for prevailing against them. Now, if our draconic allies will not assist in this instance, again, he sends another glare towards all the dragons. There are certain.
They're too busy pulling pranks on themselves to worry about it.
Yes, the life of a dragon must be long and boring, of course. So yes, that is one idea that we could probably go and investigate the desert. I must tell you that most people who go in there do not survive.
Well, you better send us in there very well equipped.
I will do what I can, of course. If you are,
I don't think the
volunteering-
burden should fall on you, dear Satrap. I agree. I believe that for those who have come here, it's obviously worth their time. I think the power and wealth that's represented should all be able to pitch in on an effort.
Yeah, perhaps they can.
Just do what you always do.
what
with
we
the
need.
Perhaps. Perhaps I might make a suggestion, Your Highness. Satrap just kind of rolls his
He's with
eyes.
us.
Says, yes, Inquisitor, please go ahead. So, I do understand that the desert itself is very dangerous. Most people who go in there do not typically live. However, there is rumor of another route to go. This route, if I look it up very quickly, is through the northeast, down to the Underdark, down through the Dwarven Kingdoms. Satrap kind of looks at him a little bit, says, "You mean down? I don't understand what you're suggesting." Doctor goes, "You know very well what I am suggesting. I am suggesting that we go through Old Orthdale. For you guys to... Y'all don't have the map up, correct?
No,
No, not on
it's a
the screen.
smoking room.
There we go. How about this?
It's just Glocta.
I see it now.
I'll see it in the background, but
So,
Click
Just
off.
click.
And drop the-
Click off Glock, it'll go away.
there we go. Okay.
okay, are you guys in the map
Yes.
now?
Yeah, we're on
Yeah.
Perlos.
So, we are here in Eredith, of course. The devils have gone up here, somewhere in this desert.
Are you pinging? I don't see a ping.
Yeah, I don't see your pinging.
You don't see this at all?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
boy.
Nope.
Zoom out,
Nope.
boys.
Need to
Well,
refresh?
No.
Alright.
We're here.
Oh, well, let's go here.
Here.
Scroll down a little bit. There we go.
Down where the salted land.
Yeah.
We're here.
Now.
Aha, I know. I have a drawing tool. I'll use this. So, we are currently here in Aldith. You see that?
Yeah.
No,
I
Alright.
don't.
What?
Oh, no.
I don't see anything.
I don't see what he drew.
Are you on your
I'm looking right at the map.
select move?
Ah,
I
I
saw
see.
your pings.
I'm
Okay,
here.
you ping.
Man,
We're
I see
here.
that?
There we go.
There we
Yep.
go.
There you go.
Sorry, I was on the DM label.
We are there.
We are here at Adadath currently.
Yeah.
Now, you know
Yeah.
that somewhere in this desert, there's something very crazy going on. They all escaped this way. Now, old Kargoth used to be here, where the salted moat is. Currently, as best we know, it is just a big lake. Nothing left of it. Now, while most people say that you can go this way, I would not recommend it. It's very dangerous. There is old books and old legends and whatnot that say going through Old Orsdale, the ancient capital of the dwarves themselves, has an underground passage that might lead you to Kargoth. It is just a suggestion. It is
So it's
unproven.
That's a safer route.
Oh, well, I don't know if it's safer, but it is certainly worth speaking of.
Is there anything like living in this old Orsdale that you're aware of?
We know
Anything
that
inhabiting?
Well, the dwarves still live there, though many have exited that land in search of better opportunities, I would say.
So there are still dwarves there.
Yes, but their minds have more or less dried up. They seem to be running on hard times currently.
Are we supposed to just show up, knock on the door? I mean, are they
They
friendly to visitors?
they tend to not be as welcoming as the dwarves of old. They blame foreigners for their misfortune, unfortunately.
We know what that's like.
Ah, here we are. Now I can do it.
So we should bring a dwarf with us.
The satrap kind of leans forward and says, I actually do not think that to be a wise idea. The caverns are almost entirely collapsed, and I don't know if it even leads to where we're going. Even if the capital of Kargoth is where we are intending to go, it might not even be at all. I would recommend a foray directly into the desert. That is all.
What fate follows airships that venture into the desert?
The red dust. Akashri, would you expand on that? So the red dust, when it gets into aethysite, when it gets into the engines of a ship, it diffuses it, and you lose fuel at such a fast rate you can't even keep aloft. It's some property that happens that we don't really fully understand, and you can get some red dust and take it out of the desert, and it just becomes just that, red dust. But when you fly through the desert, nothing good becomes of it. Thank you.
Is there anything else in the desert that we need to be aware of?
Well, there are rumors of there being monsters in the dark, boogeymen. Nothing you boys can't handle. However, if you wish to try it, I would supply you with the best navigators, the best supplies we could find. Whatever. I don't know. I'm at a loss at this point. We're so locked in other things that we don't even know what to do. So,
Aviary?
Yeah.
Do we need navigation?
I mean, anyone that knows the desert better than me would be useful.
Have you been there?
I have not.
So anyone that's been there would know.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Atamat kind of pipes up and says, "Yeah, the dwarves, if you're thinking about going that way, they're not real friendly. They don't like magic much. They're more of the salt of the earth, if you will. Yeah, that would be a troublesome way to go, I think.
Adamat,
Yeah,
you're a dwarf.
no,
No.
I'm a
Oh,
no.
you're a halfling. Oh,
I'm a
sorry.
no. Yep.
So you couldn't show us the way.
Oh no, not at all. I don't think anybody in the right mind would know the way
Got it.
To be honest, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can handle it.
Well, okay.
So you'll send your best equipment and provisions and coin for potential bribes and other provisions along the way. You'll send them to our ship so that we can venture off.
If that's the way that you wish to go, then yes, I will assist you in your journey through the desert with the best of whatever.
Well, if we can't take our airship, is there, I don't know, horses or something? Or do we have to walk?
No, I would not suggest that. We do have a
Camels.
We do have a cavalcade of camels. Yes, that is correct. We would supply you with food,
Some
lots
pack
of yes, pack camels, lots of water. But just know that the larger your caravan becomes, the easier of a target you are.
Right. We don't need to bring that many provisions. Just enough to get us through the journey.
Can I ask this council a personal question while I have all these minds in one room?
Aviary, go ahead.
I'm just curious of what you all know about Micah the wolf spider. If anything, just came to mind. I figured while I've got all you here, I could ask.
At that point, he kind of turns to you and says, "Why are you bringing up that?"
It was just something that happened that was mentioned along our journey, and I, don't know much about them or it, so figured I would ask a decent gathering of the minds here.
Micah is the current de facto ruler of the Chronoking Court. That's the capital of the Fey Court that we tend to do business with. In recent decades, they have become less friendly. We're not on the best of terms currently.
Who is that again?
That is Micah.
No, who is that character that's talking?
Oh, sorry. That is Bessemer Chrisnable.
And he's a what?
Do what?
He's what now?
He's a representative from Belaine, which Belaine is the capital of it's the capital of the kingdom that you guys are in. Eridace is the satrap, which is kind of like a the satrap.
And he was talking about their whole thing with keeping what's her name, like right stuff. Are they a priest or is it he works for the king?
Yeah, he's a representative of the government. Yeah, he's not religious in the state. He is a representative of Belaine itself, the kingship.
Okay.
What's the name of the desert that everyone's traveling to?
It's called Kargoth.
Kargoth.
It used to be the kingdom of Kargoth, but it got blown to hell. Hiroshima did.
Hey,
That's
listen,
where
I
the
have a hand in that
Kargath
explosion.
glass is.
That's correct.
Alright, so what if we do find something in this desert? Are we gonna have to sit around and listen to this more bullshit in the council, or are you guys gonna actually have some kind of action in this?
If you do happen to find anything of substantial intellect in the desert, then yes, we will be able to act more swiftly. The issue right now is that we do not know what we are facing.
So you're gonna take our word for it, or do you need some kind of proof?
I figure that if you do come back, we have ways of knowing whether or not you are telling the truth, and, well, let's just say that you come back, I will have my trust been earned. Satrap kind of turns to him and says, "Right now, in all honesty, we don't know if they're returning or what is going on. We need to bulk up our forces, make sure that our borders are secure, and ensure that no one makes any wise moves during this time of turmoil. I believe it might be best for this council to anoint the Nemesis 6 as our
I don't want to say spies, but scouts for the area to see what they can find. See if they can find more information on our own agents in there, Sheladon, or, of course, your friend Kragnor.
Intelligence liaisons.
Yes, we'll go with that. We will supply you with what you need, but if that's the way that you need to go, then certainly we would wish you to set off with all haste.
All right.
But what happens if we encounter any of your lot? Like if we run into guards from this person, or soldiers from this person, or spies from this other person.
Or either of the two people you originally had us search.
Right. What's to say that we don't have to get thrown in prison and prove who we are everywhere that we go? What's to say that we've been sent on this mission by these powerful people in this room?
We need some sort of sanctioned writ.
I believe that
Preferably.
I can handle that. For this mission and this mission alone, I will give you 1 week, that is 10 days, in which you are under our divine writ. A week is a 10-day, that's right.
All right.
Starting from today, 10 days forward, anyone who inquires as to what you are doing, whether you are within the borders of Elatus,
starting tomorrow.
starting from today.
We've been here all day. We haven't even had
No,
lunch.
it's
Not even almost
still
nighttime.
midday.
You best make the best of it then.
So we're 11 day, really. We're getting 11 days.
All right.
Really 9.
I'm giving you 9.
Yeah.
You
Well,
are under the protection of the Ferret Cabal and you have permission to go wherever you like. That does not mean you have permission to do whatever you want.
We do that anyway. Yeah,
I know. So you are not immutable to law. However, you are immune to illegal search and seizure. But now. And he snaps his fingers, and one of the slaves behind him comes up and starts.
Yeah, I start snapping too.
Everyone looks at you awkwardly.
Function
More
just
snapping.
kind of starts snapping as well, trying to copy Chow.
An aviary can't snap because it's just got feathers.
Just scratching his talons. Like,
That's happening.
There is one more issue that we need to speak about. We need this to be done within possibly a couple of days.
Well, we were just given 9.
Why the rush?
You
Laxmi,
did say 9.
he kind of beckons over to his. Actually, this is Remy. Remy, the little Eric Cochran. He beckons her over and says, "We're going to keep this particular conversation off of the record, so please go."
everybody left but us and the satrap.
No,
Aviary
everybody's still in
winks
there.
at the other Eric Cochran.
Everybody's still in here, but okay. She goes bright red. Remy, pay attention. Do not write this down in the minutes. This is going to be just a pause in conversation. Gentlemen, here's the real issue: is that the king is sending his son, Karl Franz. We need to discover this issue and make a plan accordingly quickly. To put it frank, the prince is a buffoon, and we are scared as to what he would do. Whether it would be commit all our forces in one region, or who knows. He is known for his harshness, his just immutable decisions, and his basically, he's just not his father. Let's just say that. So
What was
if
that
you-
name again?
So,
Prince Karl Franz.
this prince you think is a buffoon. You
I-
don't have some sort of councilman to possibly bend his ear.
Aviary, what is a buffoon?
Moron.
If you wait 2 days, you will certainly find out. The king is trying to groom him as his heir, and to be honest, he's
Well, I understand
No.
that it's his
Yes.
heir at the end of
he's
the day.
not ready. And the only ones that have his ear currently are his lackeys and the ones who just agree with whatever he says, and he has no training with
Yes, man.
serious issues, and
Hmm.
it's an ordeal. So we have all kind of quietly under the table agreed to decide on something within 2 days and act upon it. That way it's already in motion when he gets here. So just
So is this prince joining us, or are we doing this ahead of him?
he will be here in 2 days. That is 2 days you can accomplish this mission without him
Interfering.
arriving. Yes, thank you.
So since this is an expedited adventure, are we getting, accommodated for that?
Well,
If you're worried about pay, then yes, you will be paid quite handsomely.
I think it's more about giving it. I think it's more about giving us a head start. In terms of what's going to happen with this dumb prince.
Well, he'll probably take over, and what happens from there,
He has to
I don't-
catch up to take over.
Yes, he has 2 days. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Is there anyone here that you said you're going to send us a scout to help us at the desert if we decide to go that reason?
Yes, I believe that there are a few of the locals that we can hire out. Natives to the plains here. I don't know how much use they will be in the desert. It's a wasteland essentially, but we can try our best, of course.
Alright.
Do you have some sort of poster or picture of this prince so that we know him when we run into them? If we run into them.
I do hope that you do not run into the prince.
Not literally run into them.
Let's just say you will know him quite quickly. His favorite colors are jade green and purple. They do not go together, but he certainly thinks they do. Flamboyancy, his loud demeanor, you will know him the second that you lay eyes on him.
Lovely.
Okay.
So this buffoon is loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
To put it
Buffoon
simply,
loud, yeah.
yes.
So
Good-
that's
Good point.
all of the blasphemy and that we will speak at this meeting. Rumi, please resume the minutes. And the little Eric Cochran's like, oh, like totally staring at Aviary, but she jumps down and starts shouting. So, gentlemen, as we resume, I hope there are no questions left. We have other issues to discuss. The council does.
What are they?
Who can we talk about upgrading our wares for this journey?
I believe was it Domri that was insured
Okay.
here?
Yes, we know Domri pretty well.
We'll give it on.
Excellent. Domri will assist you. There's also Preta Shashun. She is available. She will also help you with gathering equipment, things of that nature. If there's anything else, please let me know. Until then, good luck.
It's been lovely meeting you all. We have much to discuss.
The whole world's counting on you. Good luck.
I believe so. So these.
We'll grab our group and discuss.
All right. So as
The whole
they
group.
start to talk about immigrants and immigration, you guys exit the large chamber there, and you start to walk out into the main hallway.
Function's the last to leave.
Okay, so they're in there and they're discussing the immigration issue on the eastern coast.
Oh, sorry. No, just catch up.
Yeah.
As we walk out, past, as we walk out past the wall of books, I want to glance over at the books and see if I see anything that stands out to me as I'm walking by.
Make a insight check.
Gotta build a wall, guys. It's gonna be a huge wall.
Huge.
It's an
You-
old collection.
Huge.
You see a lot of
Huge.
books on magic, particularly one that catches your eyes. It's called The Art and Lore of Sanguinmancy.
All right, I want to take it.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Blood magic?
What was the name of it?
The Art and Lore of Sanguinmancy.
It's totally blood magic.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Put out.
Whoop.
Yep.
Is the,
You
the
you
book?
totally tap Laxmi on the shoulder and point the other way as she turns. Just swipe it, no problem. So you've got it in your pocket.
That's how you steal a book.
Damn straight is. Nobody saw that. So you guys,
Make up for the one you got rid of.
yep, y'all out of the chamber now.
Got a book? Yo? Yeah?
Y'all out of the chamber, and
Yeah?
Darren just got a D&D boner. He's like, you got a book, dude? What's up with that book? What's going on? There are words in there?
Tell me about those words. What do they look like?
got
What's it all about? Yeah.
What's up?
How many pages are in that book? 500?
What kind of
Oh.
pages you got, girl? But if they got words on them, I'm going to read the fuck out of them.
let me call all my friends and see if we
man.
can crack this code.
There's a code? Oh, I just jizzed myself.
I'm resourceful.
Making myself a note real quick.
Making myself a note.
Okay, so you guys.
Darren loves puzzles.
You guys are now in the main kind of open foyer of the palace, and there are people running around. Do you want to start talking here, or do you want to go elsewhere? Where do you want to go?
Talvin will walk to the middle of the group and go from seeming like kind of drunk and like flamboyant and flippant like he was being before, and stand up straight, completely sober, and go, we shouldn't speak here.
No, we need to get back to the ship and meet with Zan to let him know
Okay,
what we
let's go.
learned as well.
I'd like to keep an eye out for that. I forgot his name. There was a random stranger the first time we met the sad
You
satrap,
smelled him.
and he seemed familiar to my character Aviary. I just can't
You
remember his name.
smelled
I'm just looking for him in
right?
case. I don't know.
Make a perception check for me.
Didn't you smell him? Am I saying that wrong? You smelled him, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I think you're right.
He had
Was it-
he had his feelers out. His bird sense popped up.
17.
He's peacocking.
Yeah, exactly.
As you think back to what that scent was the first time you saw whoever it was, you have recently kind of reflexively go back and you had that same scent, that same sensation, that tingly feeling. You had that when you were in the chamber speaking to the council.
Man, you should have asked while we were in there, dude.
I would have recognized him if he was one of the 19 people around the table.
Yeah,
I
there's
was
just too many people to pin it down,
Sexy
so.
dragon.
All right.
Okay, so you guys start to head your way back to the ship. Oh, hello. You make your way through the town itself of Herades. You go by many. Let's see if I can do this real quick. You pass by apothecaries. Did y'all see that?
No, that's cool.
Okay, just making sure that I have that. So y'all end
Mine's
up
got a
back.
logo.
I like the Pikachu owl.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, good deal. All right, y'all are back on the airship now. Just making sure that that worked out. That was just a test. So y'all are back on the airship now, and y'all go up to the captain's cabin, and you see a very hungover Xanthar just kind of. He's got another bottle of wine. He's trying to like get a little bit of the hair of the dog, and he's there, and he's like, oh, how'd it go?
Well, we got hired to do another job. We have a lot to discuss.
Okay.
The Nemesis 6. On it again.
So the meeting room that you'll have in the captain's cabin there is a little more private than you do in the brig. So you all sit around this table, and it's just the group now. All right.
All right, guys,
What do we miss?
what are we doing?
All right, so do we need to? I say, how about you, Function? You're pretty good at note taking. You want to recap this meeting for us?
Do we have to recap everything?
I was gonna say,
that
can we
happened
just say that we
before
recapped it
starts?
to him? Okay,
So
cool.
As you relay everything to Xanthar, which
What?
Oscar, are you recording? Okay, yeah. So he's gonna hear it whenever you need to.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Well, damn, that sounds hard.
So we have two different options. We can go below into this old Arisdale Dwarven city where it doesn't seem we'll be very welcomed, or we could take our chances and try to survive the harshness of the red dust in the desert itself, which would be more of a straight shot to Old Kargoth.
Oh, yeah.
either way, we can't take our airship or the fucking crew
Yep.
that we're paying by the day.
Nope.
But
cannot.
I figure either way, whatever we do, we can get Shep to find some work for the shipping crew, so maybe you can earn a bit of income at least to pay the crew while we're off adventuring. Maybe just a shipment job from here and there and back.
Oh, shit.
So I don't think that'll be an issue.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I bet we could do that. Who would be the captain, though?
Shep, of
You
course.
you'd be the captain. Shep would be the
Am I-
interim manager.
am I
Interim
coming with you
captain.
guys?
No, he'll be with us. That's why Shep will be the captain.
Yeah. I think Shep is a pretty solid captain.
We'll talk to the dockmaster and line up just some relative shipping work, just enough to pay the wages of the crew.
Domir will have
Except for maybe that Fey one that we pay way too much. Maybe we should bring him with us. I don't know. Could be useful.
I will say though, at this council, there was some suspicious actions kind of given throughout some of the things we were talking. For instance, when we were talking about a larger devil, I seem to have noticed that the Vesemir Crucible, that asshole guy that was talking, was kind of glaring back with Altismir.
Sergeant Pepper.
Whenever we Sergeant Pepper, sure. Whenever we were discussing about the larger devils. So I think they know more than I think they knew more before we even give them our information.
Yeah, did no one else get the feeling they weren't telling us shit?
I think they knew ahead of time and wanted to know what we'd be willing to relay to them.
I think this issue is happening across each of their areas of responsibility, and they are
I
trying
agree as
to
well.
figure out how to handle it. But they
I
don't
think
want to
that-
panic.
I think we did a pretty good job of continuing to push the fact that we are a reckless band of arrogant drunks who happen to be efficient at what we do. It doesn't seem
Pirates,
to me
really.
that. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
seem to me.
we were accused of piracy. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, they keep thinking that we're brash and reckless and thieves and pirates, and that we're
War
just
criminals.
efficient. They seem to have no idea that there are certain ones of us, or even all of us, by fate's chance, that are very intertwined in what's happening right now. So
You know,
they might not be telling us everything, but let's be
Yeah.
honest, we're not telling them everything either.
it's very strange. It's like we keep reinventing the story and making it to our favor to make us look good. What is this strategy called?
Yes, spoils go to the victor.
Ah,
Spoils of knowledge.
Well, I mean, we're all in this together now. We've been essentially fate chosen by an ancient goddess, so
Well,
it's not like we're going to
Right.
show up at the council and tell them that, yes, we're here because we've all been fate chosen to save the world or whatever, but,
you have all been teaching me so much.
hopefully what we find in this desert will accomplish what we're trying to figure out about these devils, and also maybe even learn about possibly how we are helping the world.
So wait, we're
as I recall, we were planning on going north eventually anyway, weren't we?
True.
we are going through
Eventually.
the desert though.
I
Yeah.
don't know. That's what we need to discuss.
With
Do
a
you
pack
want to take the
of brand
desert?
new camels.
Wait, camels?
Well, yeah, we can't take the ship.
I fucking hate sand. I hate sand. I hate dirt. I hate the sun. I'd rather go crawl through a cave full of anything, really, than fucking walk through the desert. You don't think we could bribe these people, or charm them, or intimidate them?
It's the red dust is the issue. And
No, we go through the.
No, he's talking about the Dwarven city.
Oh. We could. What's our dwarven crew, mate? We could
The
maybe
little-
bring him along.
The little Inquisitor man hasn't steered us wrong yet. I will say that. He was being very vague, but
He was the only one that was for us going through that city. Everyone else seemed to be against it.
Oh,
did no one
Glog's-
else get the feeling that, without being specific, he was trying to give us a helping hand, which just seems
Perhaps,
Pretty
yeah.
point for what he's done for us so far.
For sure, yes. I can see that being a thing.
If we can't take our airship, we'll probably die. Or there's miraculously now another way. I vote for the tunnels. I don't know. The rest of you figure it out. I defer to you. I say the tunnels though because fuck the desert. Fuck starving to death and dying.
Should
to death.
bring our dwarven friend if we're gonna go through the tunnels, though.
Hey, DM, can I pull out my scales that I had?
Yeah, go ahead and pull them out. Okay, so
I'm gonna put it on the table.
Ah,
okay.
interesting choice, Prega.
While he's
Oh.
pulling his scales out and starting to do his thing, I'm just gonna pull that book out of my pocket and just flash the cover of it to function. Look what I got.
Yep.
I'll go,
Consider-
I'll put it back and I'll go. Shh. Later. Leave later.
Alright.
Give our robot a blood magic book.
Just one. Just give me one.
Hey, I need both Talvarin and Function to roll a perception check, please.
Oh lord.
Okay, Pragar, go ahead and set up your thing.
Okay. What do I roll for this?
So you declare what you're doing. Like
All right,
go ahead
Darren, you ready?
and say what is it?
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Mine is
Oh
so.
fuck.
That's
You
bad.
rolled it.
You rolled it twice.
Sorry.
Yeah, you rolled it twice. We're just gonna take the top one. So give me
Thank you.
just a second,
My
guys.
boy rolled a 0. Thank God that didn't work.
And he's whispering again. Well, at least we don't have to go outside now.
Whispers, whispers, whispers. Hey guys, brought to you by Dwarven Forge. Made this really cool background.
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond, guys.
Talking to our cool friends over there at D&D Beyond.
All right, so Pragar.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll pull out the scales, and I will kind of, I guess, kind of perform like a ritual, I guess, and kind of pray. Take off the coin and ask which way would be best for us to journey. And I say either take the desert, or which way would be best. The left side of the scale would be going through the tunnels to Old Orsdale. The right side of the scale would be going through the desert.
I think it has to be more specific than that. Sorry.
I thought it was a yes or no kind
I think you have to say, is the desert the right way? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is the tunnels the right way? Yes or no?
It's a binary option, so it's one or the other. So that works.
So as long as there's only two
Yeah, you
options.
can't say, is it this or this, and it choose. You can say, is it
That's
this?
binary. That's exactly what binary is.
I'm asking the DM,
or no.
goddammit.
No, that's what I'm asking.
Perfect. Yeah, and you want to take 2 coins and put them to where it's balanced, and then
Yeah.
basically Famous will move the balance however she sees fit.
Famous,
If you were
famous.
Famous.
Okay, so how do I guess, yeah, how would I word that then? Would I just say what I did? And
Yeah,
then put it-
exactly what you did. Just get 2 coins and put one heads, one tails, and say heads
Cool.
as being the highest, or heads raising up. That's going to be one way, or tails raising up. That's going to be the other.
Okay.
Okay.
So
you-
left is tunnels, right is desert. That works?
This is how you like commune.
heads is tunnels. Tails
Okay.
is desert. Okay.
Okay.
And so as you place them on, the scales balance perfectly. Go ahead and roll a D100, and I'm not going to tell you what it has to be.
Nice.
All right, give me 1 second. D100.
Oh. Ooh.
So as you're sitting there with your scales kind of evenly balanced, you can see they kind of shift with the movement of the ship itself. It doesn't look like there's any preference one way or the other. There's nothing that changes. They're both equally balanced.
Fuck.
So don't go either way.
Is that how it's supposed to work?
I don't know. This is my first time doing it.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I
What
didn't know
did
you'd
it tell you?
be most supportive.
It's fine. I asked which way we should go, and it's
How many
saying
times can you ask it something?
once a day.
Only 1 question per day.
1 question per day is what I think.
So if we
It's perfectly balanced. So either way we could go, I guess.
So it says there's no way that's better than the other.
Yes.
Maybe we should brainstorm all night, and in the morning when we wake up for breakfast and we're getting ready to leave, we'll ask it a think tank question.
Well, we need to
I
know
have
what
an
provisions
idea.
we're gonna get if we're gonna go through the desert or tunnel, and we only have 2 days to make this journey. So,
Are you saying we need to leave right now?
no, not right now, but we might need to be more. We might get prepared ahead of time, right?
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right.
Tal,
Huh?
maybe if you leave that book with me, I can learn more about this whole situation.
What book? My book?
Yes.
Well, the last book we found. I threw in the lava.
No, the book I just saw you have.
Yeah, this is my new book.
Yes.
The
That
other
book
book I threw in the lava before.
functions essentially like this. Not really. Yeah.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see.
Well, since both choices are balanced, do you want to take this into chance and just flip a coin?
I mean, it's the same thing. We're just not asking a god at this point.
Do you
I
want to
mean-
vote on it? How do you want to come agreement here?
I have a feeling that this book that you have, Tal, can tell us everything. May I
You think
see
the
it?
book I have right now tells us about the situation we're currently in.
Yes.
Let's read it.
So you think the book that I randomly stole off the shelf when we left the sound traps is gonna tell? Well, never mind. What am I saying? We fucking followed a coin into a dungeon. You remember that?
I remember. Yes.
May I
All right,
see it?
I'll give him the book, but you have to promise to give it back. You have to tell me everything that you find out when you look at it.
I think we will find everything out.
Yeah, but you didn't answer my fucking question. You're gonna give me the book back, and you're gonna tell me everything you find out.
I will give you the book back. I promise.
Insight check, motherfucker. Let's see if the robot can lie. Can I do an insight check?
Yes, you can. Go ahead. Go
Or
ahead and
sorry, DM. Do I believe him?
roll. It's fine. You can roll an inside check. That's cool. I don't care. You roll it. There you go.
Metagamer.
Fuck!
Maybe?
I am 100% confident that Function is completely trustworthy, and I'm going to give him this book knowing that he's going to give it back to me and tell me everything that he finds out.
Very nice.
You realize he's tricking you just to take the book, right?
Calverin hands over the book. Function, you take the book.
I'll turn to Pragar and go, if he goes evil, we need to kill him, as I hand him the book.
And right on the cover, it has that big title.
What's it say?
As you look at it, it's different. You see along the spine, it just has one character, and it's the number 3.
Ah!
Oh,
Cover,
Again!
and it's just one character, the number 3.
So I open it and I ask it the question, which way should we go?
As
And
you
I
open
drop it on. I drop it. So can I drop it to where everybody can hear?
Hold on. As you open it,
Infinite wisdom book, and you
There's
want to
only
test it A or
one?
B?
there's only one letter in there, one symbol, and it's the number 3.
So
Do I
the
see the number
third
3 on it? I
option
give
that
it to
we're
him?
not seeing.
Yes, you see the number 3 as once he takes it and shows it to you.
I try to take it back from him. As soon as I see it, I try to take it back from him.
Wait, I
Yeah.
asked the question before that happened, right?
I'm gonna say that Function has it, and Function dropped it on the ground. Ask that question, drops on the ground. Boom, hits the ground. It's just sitting there.
And now I can see it's the same book as before.
Nope, it's not the same book you took.
The book just has the number 3 on it.
Yeah, but this. All right, I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up, it has the number 3 on it.
Pick number 3, my lord.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay,
What
you
is-
open it, the first page has just the number 3. The rest of the pages are blank.
Did you just ask the book a question?
Yes, I did.
Like the book from before that asked us all to ask a question. You just asked this book a question.
Yes, I did.
Did it answer you?
I am not aware yet.
You hear nothing.
You do realize that that one book we found was a magic book, and that not all books answer 3 questions, even though it does have a 3 on it.
I was pretty sure it would tell me 2 things. First, that it could tell us the truth, and second, that it could tell us anything.
Did it tell
But
you either
one
thing?
question.
Did you hear a
No.
voice when you were holding it?
I did not.
I'll flip through all the pages. What's on all the pages?
There's just a 3 on the first page. The rest of them are blank. Okay.
I'll take the book and put it back in my pocket.
Okay.
Maybe if I hold it, it would tell me.
No, I think I'm fucking good, thanks.
I was not lying, Tal. I did
I
get
don't
it.
think you were
wrong.
lying, Function. I just think you're a bit confused, and we'll ask me about it again tomorrow. I'll spend some time with it tonight and see what I can figure out.
Sure.
It's like evening time. It's about dinner time. Well, so what should we doing?
I guess we vote on it. Shall we go around?
Well, I say everybody flip a coin. Evens, we go down. Odds, we go up, or what the fuck ever.
Hey, since I wasn't there, I don't want to make it an even vote, so I'm just gonna go back to bed. Thanks, guys. Crawled over. So just the 5 of you are sitting at the table.
All right.
Can we all roll a d20 and see if we roll more even odds?
If that's what you want to do, if you don't want to vote,
I just
absolutely.
want to vote.
I'll just
I don't
vote.
want to vote.
Yeah,
I
I'll
want to
vote.
go down.
Y'all can't make one decision.
I want to go down.
I'll say tunnels.
I want to go tunnels too.
All right, Ogabar.
Cocksucker. You have to
Function.
Desert.
What?
Desert.
Yeah, that's the way I want to go.
Oh, fuck. I was like, I want an aviary to have the final decision.
Yeah, he chose
Desert.
the same thing you did, which is not what you wanted.
Well,
All right.
I just like playing. Like whichever way we go, I like playing.
All right. We're taking the direct route
Let's
then,
get
right?
them camels.
Yeah. Get you.
Jesus Christ.
Well, when you get fucking thrown into the Sarlacc pit by the hut, don't fucking come crying to me.
I could
Don't
fly.
worry, Tal.
Yeah, I can fly. I'm good.
Yeah, he chose the desert, so we're just gonna make him fly
Although,
ahead in the
Boba
dust
Fett
storm.
had a jetpack and he straight up fell in. So
Yeah, but it got a malfunction from the fucking staff. We know what happened.
Who is Boba Fett? What are y'all talking about? Y'all read too many
his
books.
backpack's got jets. Boba
So
the
if
Fett.
you guys are joking around and just kind of just casually walking down towards where dinner is obviously being served, you sit down. It's a very good meal. It's going to be some pork with some asparagus, some cabbage,
salted pork.
lots of potatoes. Potatoes have been washed, luckily. Some of them are raw, some of them are baked, some of them are mashed. But the whole crew is just kind of sitting around eating wherever they can. And as you walk in, you see a good portion of them kind of sitting there. And like Wayroon's like, man, I wish there was more cheese we could put on these mashed potatoes. Oh, hey guys, how'd y'all's like council meeting go?
Who is this?
Wait,
Wayroon.
This is Wayroon.
my
It's
chemical romance.
my alchemical romance.
What
Yeah.
up, my fellow Fae-farer?
It was productive. We have a question for you after dinner, if you're available.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man. I'm just gonna, go listen to some tunes after. So go ahead.
Who has the map, the drawing of the map?
I don't know.
Aviary, can you show Wayroon
Oh.
this map and maybe he can give us some insight to what it is?
Which map is it?
The
Drawn map, the hand-drawn one you showed us at the beginning of the session.
to enjoy
The
that.
one that only you have.
This one.
Here you go.
Oh.
DM, will you give yourself the map that you drew?
Yeah.
I tried to make it real.
God, will you make this map
It was
appear
good.
in
Yeah.
fucking Aviary's
I
hand?
just like the
Right.
hand, like you just handed it to.
So
Christ.
yeah, this is a map
What do you want to know about it?
What do you recognize anything else about it besides the like? Is there anything about this area you may know of? Any?
I mean,
Landmarks.
so this
What's the
map.
significance?
So this map, like, was a long time ago. It was the only way to get up to Mount Avis, which is like the Arakocran hometown. There's better places now, but like when Catrice Owl was the first navigator, she discovered this route, and it was like this big trade route thing, and you had to go up to this bridge. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that bridge.
Yeah, it's actually it's not really a bridge. It's like this cool aqueduct thing. It runs water to some of the townspeople down here. But it was built a long time ago. Nobody really knows who made it, but it is. It's pretty cool. It carries water across the top.
Aviary, this is where you are from.
Oh no, he's
My
he's
people,
a, he's a
not
yeah.
me.
No, he's a Fey dude. Like he's like me.
So what inhabits this area now? Is it Arakocra, or what else is living here?
Actually, right here, like this part is mostly like really steep mountains and stuff. I mean, there's a couple of random people that live up there, like ones that just want to be alone and not have their dads like yelling at them all the time. But really, there's no like huge population centers or anything.
So why do you think someone would draw just this portion of the map?
I mean, this is a really old map, and it was the first way to find up to like the top of the mountains.
So is there something on this map that you wouldn't find on a modern map? Is that aqueduct? Is that no knowledge, or is it only because we're looking at an ancient map?
Has that mountain always been there?
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
I'm sure there's some like glyphs and stuff in there, but I don't know.
What about this map is special about it? Is there anything that you can
It's
see
just-
on here that doesn't exist on a modern map?
No, it's just really old and really famous. That's all it is.
All
What
right.
makes it famous?
Well, it was the first route from the lowlands up to the top of the mountain. I told you that.
All right.
So you're saying if somebody pulled this map out, they were specifically pulling this map to highlight that route from the lowlands?
Wait, who's pulling this out?
I'm asking you, if you pulled this map out, would it be safe to assume you were looking for this particular pathway up
I
into the
mean-
mountains?
That's why you'd pull out a map, right?
That map specifically.
I'm a depressed elf.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Wayrun. Appreciate the information.
Yeah. No
He actually
problem.
didn't give us anything.
God, you
Shit.
so mad.
Wait, Rune, your dad called. He said he's not mad. He's just disappointed.
He wouldn't call me. He doesn't care about me.
Go finish your dinner.
He doesn't cry.
Slit my wrist and cut my.
I fucking hate that guy. Where's Shep? I need some fucking joy in my life. Shep!
Yes.
There he is. Love that guy.
Have you ever tried these raw potatoes?
Yeah, the spicy.
They got some crunch to them. They're pretty damn good.
You have to really work yourself in there, Shep.
I call them shep-taters.
Do you eat the eyes and all?
Shep, on account of you
Eyes?
invented potatoes, I'd say that's a good thing.
Oh God, I didn't know what those were. Hello?
Yeah, that's how they see and hear.
Oh, I get it now. That's why you say "see you later, Tater," because they.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel awful. Whatever.
Why too many potatoes?
Oh, good.
You sure you haven't been drinking your potatoes there, Shep?
Oh, in a vodka form? No. No.
Hey, Shep, do you know how to turn potatoes into vodka?
Boy, do I.
Well, you should. That's your new first job. is to
You
just
know,
make
I
these
was
potatoes.
thinking about that because you can take them engines where you got all the coolants going down, and if you're not running the ship, you can make a hell of a distillery up there. I mean, you're cranking out several gallons of whatever you want out. It's uncanny how similar those are.
How
Function
quickly
is
could you go between the two? Running a
Don't,
ship and
don't do that.
having a
Give me
distillery.
2 hours, not have us a.
No, we don't need
So,
to be messing
I
with
would-
the ship.
So we're gonna be gone for a couple days,
we
maybe
can buy
2,
brew.
maybe 10. Can't decide. If you
We
could
might
just
die.
make some
Alright.
liquor, sell it for us. Put the Nemesis 6 symbol on it, sell it off in little bottles.
Oh, I see it.
Function staring at a potato, trying to figure out how he can drink it.
You have to juice it. You have to tweet.
He drops it in his cup like a rock.
Now Function's just gonna squeeze it.
Just try to Function's trying to juice a potato.
What do I make? Do I make a check? What do I do?
Make an intelligence check.
Just try to juice the potato.
You found the smartest way to juice a potato ever.
So, you know how whenever you cut a potato, you get that kind of white frothy liquid on there?
Yeah. Yep.
Starch.
So Function, the starch. So Function starts to, he breaks it in half and he starts to rub, and he sees that starch starts to froth up. So he just goes really fast, and the liquid starts to run down. He just milked a potato.
He just used it with his hand beaters.
I just moved my hand so fast it just happened.
Yeah, it's
Milked a
disgusting, and
potato.
Now it smells like raw potatoes in the area.
I
And Shep's like,
Taste it, and I'm like, sure,
I've had
yeah,
worse. I've had a lot worse.
yeah, that works.
At this point, Marjorie's kind of wandering over. You're making quite a mess there, aren't you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Marjorie.
No, it's all right. You do what you do. Those are your potatoes. You can do whatever you like with them, I guess.
So Shep said he could retrofit the ship to be a distillery while we're not running it. That sounds like a pretty interesting source of income for our ship and crew.
We're gonna end up murder hobo
You know-
moonshiners.
My husband used to be a brewer.
Moonshiners is an offensive word, and I take offense to that. We are DIY alcohol sources.
My husband used to be a brewer.
Who, Marjorie?
Yes.
The cards for us running a distillery out of our non-functioning currently ship are just stacking in our favor.
I am function.
I just back when we lived in Old Orchdale, he made the finest dwarven brew you'll ever put your lips to.
So Marjorie and Shep, while we're gone, turn the ship into a distillery, bottle it, put a Nemesis 6 label on it, and start selling it.
we
Nemesis 6 will.
for various supplies and for bottles and for a graphic designer, we might need a bit of an upfront before we can start a legitimate business. But
Yeah, make a spreadsheet, give it to me before we go. And
I would estimate probably 1,500 gold to get started with all of the necessary supplies and the
What are
marketing.
you fucking making vodka for the whole goddamn country?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna sell it and it sells well, we have to be prepared.
It's gotta taste good first, doesn't it?
Yeah, but what happens if we're running the ship? We have to take the ship somewhere, then we can't do it.
It is a risky investment to start a business, but if that's what you feel like you need to do,
Yeah, but if we don't produce all the time, it's supply and demand. People will be like, oh man, you can barely ever get this.
It could be a specialty.
Yeah, like
of
a
course, of course. Well, so
Limited time offer.
if you'd like to do less, then of course a small batch would cost less, but you'd have less potential to it.
I like the
So-
idea, but I feel like it's a little bit of a rabbit trail at the moment.
So we're broke.
Function, how much gold do we have?
Not according to your chat, you're not broke.
Look at the chat. Do you know how
That's how
many
much-
people?
That's how
Hold
much
on.
you have of our gold.
No. This is
Shep,
all of our
you-
gold. This is everything.
1,500. Is there a way, if I give you
remember-
1,500 gold, could we create a distillery in the hull of the ship that can run all the time, even if we're using the ship to fly around?
Yes, I think you
Yes,
use those
all of it.
ideas.
I've taken everything away from.
Probably about that.
Yeah.
You're fine.
This is after all of everything we bought We still have this, so we're
You guys
good.
loaded. Hey, y'all looted a shit ton from that dragon.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah.
So I've been sitting on this gold. We still have all that stuff from last time, and we still have 6,000.
So you're telling me
1,500 on a business for alcohol in this timeline is a deal.
You're saying
That's
1,500,
Aaron.
and anytime the ship is parked for more than 2 hours, we can be running a distillery, creating booze, and selling it.
I would say it's worth a try. I don't know why. If Shep says it can be done, well, he's.
I mean, there's probably we're talking 2 days up to a 10-day where we're going to be gone. We have to pay the crew. Well, we'll get to that. We'll let you know. But
Let's also talk about branding, because that's another issue.
Well, I have the logo that we have back here.
That's right.
yeah, we made the flags already.
We could get our name out while
Look
making
on
people
the
happy at the same time.
Yeah. I like that.
And we don't have to pay for a ship and crew that is in port. They can
It could pay for
pay
itself.
themselves, probably, and then some.
I think it's a good idea.
I think between Shep and Marjorie, I think we could do it. All right, party vote. We run a distillery out of the ship when we're not using it. Or we can. Everybody agree?
Agreed. Prayer doesn't care though. Casey likes it. Prayer don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I think that would be fine. No, I can't make any promises. It might be a flop. There might be unforeseen circumstances. Who knows? But it's worth the venture.
All we
think
need
it's
is a
fucking
really good steady supply of potatoes.
Okay. Well, do we want to do that?
Yeah, potatoes are cheap, right?
Potatoes are real cheap. So did you deduct that from your funds?
Yeah, I will do it right now.
How
Do
much
it.
did it cost in total?
1,500? Yep.
Okay, I need one person to roll a d20,
Me.
then a d10.
Why you, motherfucker?
Let Josh
You
do it.
have
His
nothing to
I
idea.
called
Idea.
it.
Josh,
You do it. I don't
your
care.
idea.
Your idea, Josh. You roll.
Gives me
Yeah.
nothing, you people.
He's like, I had nothing to do with this. Let me roll.
Now it's your turn.
God,
You deserve that too.
Now roll a
it was a
d10.
good idea.
I roll a D10 though. Yep.
I didn't do it on our fucking ship.
Let's stick it
I'm
out of mine.
sure we'll make a nice tidy sum off of this. Here, let me just put this in our coffers here, and we'll be just fine. Now, can I get you boys anything else this morning? Otherwise, I'd like to kind of get started a bit. Seeing what we can do.
Wait, did we give the money to Marjorie or did we give it to Shep?
You give to Marjorie. I'm much more financially stable than
Yes.
good young Shep over there.
Yeah, Shep has
She
bad
is my
credit history.
assistant when I am not here as the
Correct.
quartermaster.
Well,
Meanwhile, Shep's like,
If she ends up fucking robbing us, then we'll have learned a 1,500.
we could take this here copper pipe, and if we twist it a little bit, just kind of bend it, it'd be a nice little ring around the rosy distiller there, and we could get some of the alcohol up there. And he's like looking at like the air ducts of the ship, trying to like visualize turning the entire thing into a giant still.
Why isn't Okaba leading this? Isn't she the alcoholic of the group?
Apparently, he's been sober for 3 days.
Production and consumption are two different fields.
I don't know if it's been 3 days.
3 hours. 4 hours?
4 hours.
I don't think he has a concept of time.
I don't think you understand the concept.
6 fortnights. How long is a fortnight when a week
Like
is
a
10
game of
days?
Fortnite?
120 days.
One game of Fortnite.
In 120 days.
At this point, you hear a hello, 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 the ship. Somebody
Yes?
outside calling.
Hello? Yes?
As you go up there, you see her skin is completely blue, her hair is completely blue, and her eyes are a very pale white. She goes, "Hello, I'm Shashun. is this where we're delivering the supplies for the desert? I've got a bunch of camels. I've got some water. I've got a whole bunch of packs, things like that. These go to you, correct? No, I think we'll know who you are. And she kind of looks. And as you look behind her, you see.
We'd be much more comfortable if we could sign.
Fucking FedEx over here.
You see eight camels just standing there with a whole bunch of people like this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we expecting more people on our journey, GM?
Yes, you should have one. You need two camels probably, and then you're gonna have one of the people to join you.
Quick
A
question.
navigator, somebody, scout.
Can a camel carry a dragon ball?
Yes, I don't. Do you have a big enough camel for me?
This big fella right here. Yeah, he's actually a Barujadat, which means he has one hump.
I was about to say he's got one giant.
Yes, he's got one giant hump, and Prager would have to kind of like lean on him like a big beanbag. But yeah, he can probably ride it.
Oh my god, beanbag camel. That sounds amazing.
The hump is so big that Prager has to kind of like sprawl on top of it. He can't sit.
Hey,
He's in-
Okaba,
This is gonna be lovely.
your homework for tonight is to come up with 8 very specific camel names.
Oh, good. Yeah, much better than the names that we had for him already.
I'm gonna list.
Mine's Humphrey.
Well, fine. That's a pretty good name. It's a
Well,
Humphrey.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of rest tonight since it is getting a little bit late. Marjorie's like, it is getting a little bit late. You aren't leaving quite yet, are you?
Mine's Fergie.
I mean, we should. We only have 2 days before this stupid prince is supposed to come.
You would be so tired by the time you got to the desert, so I would recommend sleeping.
Does anybody else not give 0 fucks if the prince shows up before we get back? I mean, are they gonna pay us more for that?
It's
I
not
don't-
about him showing up before we get back. It's about him catching up and taking over the supposed investigation.
We already
Goodness,
dealing with
goodness.
enough assholes. We don't want to deal with another asshole.
Wait a minute. We
What's
were
one more
suggested not to run into him. Are you saying you want to run into him?
No.
Yeah, we go and come back before we get to.
He's just saying it's not an issue if we get before we get to it.
We need to go find out what's going on and then
If
fuck
you need
off.
anything
and
else,
get
please
into
let me know. I'll be able to get it to you by the morning when I think you're leaving. Is that right?
Sure.
Yes.
Could we get some of those wicked cool curvy swords that they use in the desert?
Scimitar.
I
Yeah,
think I could find a couple for you. Sure.
round them up.
All right. I'll talk to the blacksmith tonight.
All right.
All right.
If you need anything else,
I have.
where we are.
Thank you. I'll turn to the group and go, well, I'm going to bed. I have some other things to discuss with you, not
Is it
related to this.
What time is it at
it
night?
seems.
It's getting later.
Oh, okay.
Y'all just had a big meal, and it's like 9:30, something like that. 8:39, somewhere around there.
I'd burp if I could.
Okay.
I'll wait for the entire party to be present to go into my little foyer off.
Cool. So does anyone else
Yesterday.
have anything else they want to do before the evening closes?
Yeah, I want to. We don't have to talk about it now. You can send it to me later, or we can do it at the beginning of the next session. But I will spend enough time with that book to figure out what it is, or if it's got any magical
Okay.
properties.
Where are you going to do that at?
In Miko, this.
Okay. So, Talvin, as you go in there, you have you bought the nicest bed, right? You bought the bed that was even nicer than Xanthar's.
Oh yeah, I caught for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you get in there, you
How
lay down
does-
in your bed, and you have your book up, and you're kind of like looking at it this way, that, and then when you close the book and you move the book to your arm, as you're looking up at your ceiling, you see a gigantic bloody number 3.
That's fucking
And that's
terrible.
where we're gonna end tonight.
Ah!
Okay, you do that. But
So we find an evil magic book. I throw it in the lava. The next session I play, I steal a book. Evil magic book.
Probably
Yeah,
the same
three.
evil magic book.
This book is following you.
so anyway,
Yeah, I'm trying to get to bed before 11, but
Oh,
Good luck.
man.
Hurry up, you got 15 minutes.
yeah.
All right, love you